Hello, welcome everyone to Dames and Dorks. How is everyone doing today? I hope you had a good and safe 4th of July celebrating our independence from the naysayers, people who wanted taxes on everything, and we threw the tea in the harbor because we said, nah, we ain't about that life. How is everybody? We're so excited to be back here. We missed everyone last week. It was been a heck of a week because last Thursday, I was heading out to Denver for a Denver Fan Expo, caught up with some people out there, but that was just part of the highlights. But we're excited to be with everyone again. And I want to thank Adam here joining us today as our special guest to Dames and Dorks. Hi, Adam. How are you today?
Hello, I am doing fantastic, especially after watching Biden just bumble all over himself on the world stage for everyone to see. He's toast.
I mean, yes, he is pretty much toast, and he's he's a vegetable. That's all I can say, because what better way to represent our country is saying Trump is our vice president and Vladimir Putin is the president of Ukraine. What a great president, a great leader of ours.
Good job, Joe.
We love it. And
well,
we
you get a D in geography, at least.
Yes, at least he didn't get the country wrong. But that's another story here and there. Yeah. But Smu the DJ, nice to see you here and hanging out with us. How are you?
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm doing excellent. It's Thursday. I'm seeing the president of the United States bumble from shenanigans to shenanigans, and I'm all here for it. It's kind of funny.
Yes,
it's comedic. It's very comedic.
It has been very comedic. I should have arranged my panel here first, but we got Lily who's joining us. How are you, Lily?
It's okay. I was a little bit late. But good. It wasn't like super duper hot today, so we actually got to enjoy the weather a little bit here. It wasn't like 106. It was only like 100. So it was all right.
The humidity here in central Missouri is terrible. I'm swimming through the air.
Oh my gosh.
Moisture.
Ugh,
yeah.
Moisture.
Yeah, no, that's not fun. And at least we're not dying as in other countries or states are.
Oh my gosh. But no, it's been a good week. We celebrated our independence last week. Yeah. And I actually haven't been able to catch up with all the Biden stuff. I just saw it on my timeline on Twitter because I was commenting on something else that happened with Gladiators, so I'll get into that. But my God, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch these videos. It's always very entertaining.
I kind of want to slap the guy who thought it was a good idea to put a Jay-Z and Kanye West song in that trailer.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh boy, please bring that up.
We'll get into it.
Yeah. Dr. Rachel, how are you? How was your 4th?
Good. Hung out with some people down here in Florida. It was pretty nice. Got to see some fireworks, not too many going, but I was just hanging out with people, grilling, playing video games, usual beer pong, unless I'm not allowed to say that on.
No, you're allowed.
Okay. Totally not drinking the alcohols or anything, but.
Nah, we wouldn't do that.
No, it was a relaxing 4th.
You would never.
I love it.
Soda. But no, it was a nice 4th. Nice to kind of like get away for a bit, relax, chill out. Weather here in Florida has been muggy. It keeps raining on and off, so I haven't been able to do much art because for the project I'm working on for my channel right now is the dragon eggs, but I need to spray paint them outside, and it just keeps raining and lightning and everything, so I can't get outside to spray paint or anything. Because you really need like an open space, you don't want to be spray painting stuff. Indoors.
You mean you don't want to inhale the fumes?
Not a good idea. No, not a good idea. I've lost enough brain cells trying to keep up with American politics, so I don't need to lose any more. But yeah, like hearing about how much went down, Biden's address or whatever it was, stumbling through speeches. I haven't been able to catch up. I've been finally had a little break to do some art today. At least indoors, I'm working on some commission art, and Yeah, I've just been working on that, so I haven't caught up with all the videos that have been going around. But I can't wait. Like after this, I'm probably going to jump into those videos and just probably roll my eyes a lot. I'm assuming.
I'll say this: 2 weeks have been meme material, especially from Bite. It's been great.
Oh boy.
Yes. No, we are living in a idiocracy type of documentary in real life, and that's something I'm not laughing at. But one thing I'm not laughing at is that I'm taking much joy in is Sevvy. She's here joining us today. How are you?
Hey.
Oh, I'm good. Just feeling a little bit sick. So sorry I'm like super like energetic. Just my stomach hurts. Just I don't know.
Poor thing.
Yeah, I think I'm just coming down with something.
Oh
boy.
Well, it's election season, guys, so it's another strain of COVID going around.
That's right.
Yeah.
What number are we on now? Like
47.
47
million.
Did you know Agent or Project 2025 is happening and everybody's afraid of it? I don't even know what that is, but somehow it's making its rounds. Somehow it's making its rounds on the internet where people are getting afraid of it.
It's it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's something they're trying to pin on Trump, and Trump has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's stupid. Yeah,
it's a made up boogeyman.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I want to be clear. I had nothing to do with it. I have nothing. I said nothing.
One thing that's not a made up boogeyman is our people in the chat, and we want to say hello to Tracy Reeves. Nice to see you here. Gravy D. I don't know who this punk is, but
get
glad to
that
see
guy out of here.
Yeah, kick him, mods.
Yeah. And then Risky for a Biscuit. Nice to see you here. And then Dr. Rachel, y'all. You missed one L.
Yeah, I cannot type today. It's been a thing. Today's just a fog in my head.
You should have seen me texting earlier this morning, Dr. Rachel. It was bad. I texted my dad and I had like 15 typos in one message. I was like, my dad was like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, my dad was asking me like, "Are you drunk?" I was like, "Dad, it's 6 a.m. I'm not drunk. What do you mean?"
I mean, if you're a nurse,
that's as an excuse.
If you're a nurse, I think that's still a valid excuse. But that's I don't know. I've never been a nurse before. But Nerd Takes, hi, nice to see you here. Psychotic Mongoose, nice to see you. Nice to see everybody here. Dang, we're excited that y'all are coming through and just hanging out for us today. We got a special treat because we got Adam, who is very insightful. He knows his things on the internet. He likes to talk about things. And one thing I kind of brought up with the girls is like, I just don't understand how this person has a popularity thing going on, and it's the Hawk to a girl.
Hawk to
a girl. I don't know how. I know why she's like popular. I just don't understand why it became popular. Adam, can you tell me more about this? Like, why is this a thing?
I mean, what guy doesn't like a good Haktua is one thing, but other than that, have you actually seen the whole clip? Or have you just seen her say Haktua? She is actually funny as hell. She is quick on the spot with the jokes, and that Haktua is just part of it. So yeah, why that blew up as much as it did, the popularity over her basically saying she's a whore is a little off. But I mean, I'll say this much at least people start paying more attention to that than freaking Pride Month.
Yes. She took attention away from them.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
I'm glad all shebang's over, by the way. Ugh.
I actually did forget that was a thing last month because all the attention went on her, and I just couldn't help wrap my head around is like, okay, I know what she meant by that, but why is my thing? There's plenty of girls and plenty of videos like that I've seen where like, oh, okay, cool. I know what she's suggesting, but it didn't go rapid fire as this person did. Is it because she's like from Tennessee, or she's just like that hot, or what is it? What's her secret?
I think it's a mixture of it. I mean, yeah, the fact that like I said, if you watch the whole thing, she is pretty entertaining. She's funny. The way she said it, the accent, the whole combination of everything. It's just one of those things. Just makes it viral. That's the world we live in now.
Yes, no, it is the world we live in. Smu, I know you're from Germany, but do you have any questions about this, about Southern culture, about girls who do that type of stuff? I don't know. Do you have any questions about us Americans?
Is that a Southern custom, or is it just like a general thing? Because I'm mildly confused by that. I mean, I have a theory that that's just the accent going through with her, because we had the same thing with Hannah Baron like half a year ago, nearly, when she went viral with her accent and driving people crazy with that one, right? So I'm assuming it's the accent and the fact that she's a vicar's or a priest's daughter or something like that. And I think that just added more layers to that. Why the clip actually got more and more popular. And the sheer obscenity of that one.
I had somebody tell me that she was a school teacher and she got fired as a result. Can anybody confirm that?
Really?
I heard that too. Yeah,
I'm not sure. True. I think that might have been a rumor, though.
She was actually on. She did the interview. The interview that went wild, where everyone thought that she said that she wasn't for Trump or whatever.
Yeah.
She actually debunked that rumor, and she said that she was never a teacher, that she worked at a spring factory. That's what she was.
Okay. Okay. I figured.
Okay, so that was basically fake news of what Rescue did.
It's wrong.
Here we are to debunk everything.
News.
But one thing that's not a debunk, and it's just like, I'm a playful hater. I'm happy that she's, successful worldwide. She's loved, but what I don't get is that she got paid $30,000 to appear at a club in Miami.
Yeah,
that's what pisses me off. What's your secret?
That is insane.
Tell me your ways. I want to know.
Yeah.
That's the easiest 30K you can get.
Is this how bored we are? Like, we'll just, make a whole parade for one viral girl?
Yes.
For a girl talking about spitting on dick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
As a sports fan, the thing I was more surprised about this video than anything else is that she's from Tennessee, but she's a Dolphins fan.
Well, here's the thing. It's just, I think this is the club that was made for Tua Tagovailoa, the former football player at Alabama. This is his club in Miami, so that's why she's wearing that jersey.
Wearing his jersey, okay.
Because his name is Tua.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't put that together.
Oh my God. It took like 2 seconds for it to
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit, that is amazing.
See, that's why okay, because you made one joke and you're gonna go to a football players club in Miami and get paid for $30,000 for that.
Oh my gosh, he's probably gonna sell so many jerseys now.
I know. Oh heck yeah. If we have our number specialist, I would love to. Or hey, anyone that is into numbers, can you see how much his jerseys have gone up, buying wise? If the profit, or
I know there are websites that has that info. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm okay, man, if I was a well-known football player that used to be the top notch in college football, SEC football, nonetheless, and I'd be girl, come over here. I'll pay you whatever money you want just to do that little funny thing you did, and then once the hype is over, the meme is over, we can put you in the closet where everybody else's memes died.
Right.
I said, I'm just a playful hater.
She's making a lot of money. I think that she made off of her, she started selling the caps, right? I think with her dad as her business partner or whatever.
Yep.
And I think she made how much money? $26,000, something like that.
Oh my God!
Quite a lot, yeah.
For $62,000. I'm not sure. I probably got them mixed up, but she made a lot of money off of selling the caps, so she's making bank off of it.
She's got a podcast too, isn't she?
She's starting one,
Didn't she also get a deal to star in her own reality show?
Yeah.
That's real.
She had a documentary. I saw a video about the documentary too.
She's got a documentary already too.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, this is what I don't understand about us here in this country. Everyone's always complaining about how did we make the Kardashians famous, and now we're making someone like her famous now too. Like, have we not learned our lesson about stuff like this?
We are a nation that celebrates degeneracy.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, Sevvy, do you have anything you want to weigh in on this? Because I don't know what you think about Honorary Girl. Or you could just, you know. I think she's frozen. Oh, poor thing.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm struggling.
Oh, no, okay. Hey, if you need to take off because you're not feeling good, just let us know.
I guess the rest one.
Yeah.
No, I'll probably just make some tea and then I'll be back. But I don't know anything about the girl, by the way. So
okay.
Yeah. You're lucky.
Okay.
Anything about her.
You're blessed.
Yeah, she's been everywhere and it's been kind of annoying, like very annoying.
I'm glad that I don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
Stay that way.
Stay
that way. You don't need to know.
You're not missing anything, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, if you see anything of that nature, like labeled Honorary, just don't even click it. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling.
Yep.
Just make sure that nobody Honorary into your burger. Yeah. I'm just saying.
See, that's where I'll throw hands. That's where I'll be a real hater.
Don't ever piss off the people who handle your food.
And she did 65K on merch.
Oh, see, look, we got Cav doing some jerseys that are going 174 at the NFL shop.
74. What? That's insane.
No, that's for the ones that actually have stitching. Yeah, that's the standard price.
Okay, so I don't know if that was just you know a thing because
like the cheapy ones, they're way less money.
Yeah. There's the one where they just have like a press on of the number and everything. Yeah, they're way cheaper.
Oh, okay, yeah, the actual like embroidered ones on it.
Yeah, like actual game jerseys, like the stuff they would actually wear, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, Adam, would this make you want to buy a Tua Tagovailoa jersey because of her?
No.
He says that, but that's what he's wearing underneath his shirt. You think he has an American flag shirt, but no, he has that shirt.
I am a hardcore Packer fan. I would never wear another man's jersey or another team's jersey.
Now, if Honorary Girl came over to Green Bay, would you do that?
Well, now that's another story.
Okay.
Just unfortunately, Green Bay doesn't have Tua Tagovailoa. That's the bummer thing about it.
That's it. That's exactly it.
But yeah, I'm glad that you guys are like weighing in on this because I'm like, this can't be me. Just like, why is she popular? Why is she loved? And thank you, Lily, for weighing in on this. Like, yeah, why is the Kardashians popular? Because of a tape.
To be fair, Kim K is famous for a lot of things. Doing anything productive, not so much. I mean, have you guys heard her when she told Americans to get off their asses so get to work during COVID? That was the funniest thing ever.
Out of context, I agree with her because there's a lot of people that don't want to work and work hard to have the things that they desire. So out of that context, yes, I agree with her. You do need to work hard to want to have the things that you want to have, but you can't bitch about that. It just takes hard work. But at the same time, yes. In context with COVID, that was really stupid for her to say, and I'm glad that she got roasted for it. It was really dumb.
She's not one of us, though.
Out of context,
completely, not like out of touch with people. But I mean, the Kardashians turned it into like $1 billion. They're all worth a lot of money, and this girl is cashing in on it too. And I mean, I would love to be like a hater too, but she's enjoying her 15 minutes of fame and she's making money off of it. So, I mean,
trust me, whenever they were going to reboot Scary Movie, she's going to have a cameo in it. Believe it.
True. Yes, because Scary Movie does. Yeah.
Well, hopefully she'll be smart about whatever amount of money she makes and she doesn't waste it like a lot of people. Like a lot of people that rise into fame really quickly have no money sense. Like you would think that maybe your parents taught you how to save money and how to invest money, but no, No, they just spend it all. They think they assume that their 50 minutes of fame is going to last forever, and it does not.
Yeah.
It's even the same with like, we're talking sports. I mean, the same thing. Like those guys go blow all their money on bling and cars and everything else. Next thing you know, they got an ACL tear and they're done and they're out of the league and now they're broke.
And they're filing bankruptcy. Yep. And then they're teaching a high school.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Using that communications degree they got in college.
Right.
I don't know. I think maybe like having a podcast for her and the reality show would actually work out for her because, like Adam said, I think a lot of it has to do with her personality. She's just very like witty and, like he said, super fast. So if she has a podcast and she's commenting on like so many things, can you imagine her like commenting on like our presidents? That would probably get her, like a lot of views because she's witty, she's funny. I can admit that much. She is really funny. So I think I would watch it. It would be like a guilty pleasure to watch a whole reality show centered around her. that would be funny.
I mean, more power to her, you know.
Absolutely.
Even though, like, yes, I'm a playful hater, but like, I do like her. She is funny. She is making smart business moves to like bank in on this of what really took viral for her. But if there was a debate with Biden and Trump and Joe Rogan and her as being the ones asking, the moderators, I'd actually watch that. I'd watch the heck out of that. Yeah. Like we got her bringing the comedic relief and then Joe Rogan also being the comedic relief, but asking the real questions. But yeah, well, I'm good for her. I'm happy, and I'm still a playful hater. I'm just more of a playful hater. It's just like, what do I got to do to get $30,000?
Right.
Oh, so it's out of jealousy.
Yeah,
that's it. Just jealous.
It's the money aspect. She's pretty. I will give her that. I was like, nah, she's really pretty. I do give her that. But
Smu just brought it up, Nomi, what Kim Kardashian said. Go work.
Go work. Oh man. So now I have to just go ahead and around and say like I identify as a Tennessee white woman.
Yes.
That was easy enough.
Be the Hispanic version.
I thought of something in Spanish, but I'm not going to say it on our.
You want to type in a private chat?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
It's that bad.
All right.
It could be bad, yeah. That's why I'm like, no, I'm not going to get memed in Spanish for that. But we'll go ahead and go to our next topic, which is men are being compared to rodents across the internet. But how do they feel about it? But I don't know. Lily, you're the one who brought up this.
I did. I kept seeing this story everywhere, and it was driving me crazy because people
I have not heard this.
I think the actor on the left, they were saying that he looks like a mouse or something, and then
I can see that
came up on my timeline again that Glenn Powell looks like a capybara, and now I can't unsee any of it. that what's in right now, I had no idea this was like Gen Z is driving me crazy a little bit because it's not just like fashion that's trendy. Now apparently the type of men that are in style are trendy too, and right now it's rodent men. So if you look like a rodent,
you're in.
You're in style. It is your time if you look like a rodent.
And now this guy here on the right looks like a rodent more than anyone.
Yes. Oh my gosh, he looks like a mouse.
I can see the one on the right.
You just scroll up to the first image again, please. Imagine, like, just in your mind, draw Mickey Mouse ears on him and give him the Mickey Mouse makeup.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he does look like a mouse. I can see it now. Yeah, I can kind of see it.
So it's like a whole thing. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get everyone else's input on this because it's so funny. I can't believe that like the type of men are trending now. I don't remember when we were like younger going through this kind of thing that we were like, no guys, like rodent men are in, and no, now like this type of man is in. Like that is so weird to me. It's fascinating how Gen Z is doing all these weird things.
Yes. Well, because like back in the day, I was like, Orlando Bloom is Legolas. Yeah, he's hot. And then now we're to rodent men.
Rodent men. Yeah.
Yes.
I love how women who had a crush on Orlando Bloom as a teenager or like a young woman actually roasting Orlando Bloom now. I think it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, Orlando was not that pretty. I keep hearing that as well. It's kind of weird, but tastes develop over time, I guess.
So did they end up showing like pictures of the rodents side by side that make them these guys look like it, or are we just saying they just look like
side by
rodents?
sides would help. Yeah,
I feel
that'd be
like
great.
Like, who's our artists on the panel? I feel like you guys should do like a funny little quick sketch and just put them side by side.
Get on what?
We got
They
Tabitha in the chat. They're on it.
They said that if he
we're
was
putting you in charge of doing the side by side comparisons. Find
Yeah.
pictures of rodents and put them next to each of these guys. That's your.
I think that was one of the ones
assignment.
that started it. That he looks like Stuart Little. If you were to do like a live action, whatever, Stuart Little.
The guy on the bottom left looks like
Little.
the chef. Looks like the chef from what's that animated movie called again? Not Ratatouille. There was another cartoon chef from a Disney cartoon. I can't think of the name right now.
From The Little Mermaid, the French chef.
Yeah, the French chef. He does look like him a little bit. Just give him the twirly mustache, and he does look like him.
I only know him from The Eternal, so I know that means he's a big turd. That movie was terrible.
Who's the guy on the bottom right? I don't even recognize that guy.
Barry Conahue?
No, the bottom
Oh,
right.
bottom right. This guy.
Bottom right and the top left are the two guys that came out in Challengers. And the top guy on the left also came out as Prince Charles in The Crown.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, that's
That
the
is
guy.
him.
Okay.
Yes. Wow, it's been a minute since I've seen The Crown.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah.
actually
That
looked
is the guy. Yeah. Holy
Charles.
crap.
That was
Yeah.
pretty creepy.
Adam, as you who does not look like a rodent, what is your take on this?
I think people have nothing else better to do than weird shit like this. I saw recently there's a thing where the actor was it the guy who played what's that wizard, the wizard series everyone loves,
The Wizard series that everyone loves.
our J.R. Cole Rowland lady,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Yeah, God, that's a brain fart. Yeah.
What a brain fart.
I'm not that bright all the time, okay? Anyways.
Sevvy. I'm listening to Sevvy.
I think Sevvy's feeling better.
I guess down if you want.
All right.
Laughter is the best
Perfect.
medicine.
Sure is.
Anyways, I saw something where like people would find pictures of the actor throughout history as old women. It's the most random thing, and there are tons of pictures apparently of that that look just like that actor as an old woman from the past. But
Oh my gosh.
I
wow.
know, and that apparently was a thing, just like this weird rat thing. I don't get it.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I brought it up because I kept seeing this article over and over again because I guess I was liking a lot of stuff that had to do with Dune. And since Timothy Chalamet's in it, you know how the algorithm starts throwing things at you?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I started getting like all these little clips and things of like, oh, rodent men. And I was like, what the heck is this? So I went and read it and I was like, this is so weird. I'm just going to throw it in there.
In all fairness, we got this weird baby girl trend going on. Now we got the rodent trend going on. Like, I think it's just this rodent thing is just to ridicule not very masculine men. To be perfectly honest with you, but then again, I don't know. Maybe it's something else.
No, we live in a society where you're not allowed to be masculine.
Yeah.
I got a question about this whole trend because I think Lily, you seem to be the expert on it because I haven't really heard about it. But like when they say these guys are looking like rodents, are they saying, oh, they're hot or oh, they're adorable like a rodent?
I guess they keep saying that it's like a mixture of both, that this is like the in thing that you're looking for a guy that looks like a rodent because it is hot and at the same time because it's cute. But like Smu said, he actually hit it right on the head that someone else had another article. I lost it somewhere, but I was trying to find it where they were actually trying to figure out why. And this is why, because Gen Z women for some reason are more attracted to, well, I mean, we know the reason. They're more attracted to more feminine, very like not masculine at all type of guys. I mean, you have Timothy Chalamet on there, who we all know is very like skinny. He's not really known to be very masculine. So Kylie Jenner is on trend because she's dating Timothy Chalamet. So I don't know if she started this. But yeah, I don't know. I
disavow.
And then like none of the and it's just weird because I think all of us are kind of around the same age, and I don't think any of these guys are pretty much where we would be like, oh yeah, wow, that drives me wild.
None of those guys are attractive. I'm sorry, but especially bottom left. Yikes.
I mean, I'll be honest. I hate myself, and I consider myself ugly, but I'm not as ugly as these guys.
Stop, Smu. Stop. You're not ugly. Oh my gosh. Get rid of that mindset you have there.
I mean, half sarcastic here, but it's just kind of funny seeing these trends going like backwards a little bit, right? You always have to defeminize them or like demasculinize the men all the time, especially like in Hollywood movies where the damsel in distress is becoming more and more of a trend, and it's kind of sad. And it's just like that movie I watched on Netflix recently with Millie Bobby Brown and Jason Momoa, where you would think all the time that Jason Momoa is actually doing all these things, and it turns out it was all Millie Bobby Brown all along in that movie, even though you only see Jason Momoa for the most part. It's such a dumb movie. It is like a movie where you think the father is looking for his daughter, and it turns out the daughter actually did all the stuff, and the father died at the beginning of the movie.
Spoilers.
It's like,
okay.
Spoilers. Sorry, but yeah.
God, I was just gonna watch it tonight.
Dang it, man.
Never mind.
Dang it, Smu.
Thanks, Smu. You ruined my evening.
I don't even know what movie you're talking
about.
about.
It's true though, because I know like Nomi liked this movie. I didn't like this movie for that reason. Was the one that Glenn Powell was actually in, the one with Sydney Sweeney?
Anyone But You.
Was he not a damsel in distress through the entire movie?
He was.
That's why I didn't like it, because I was like, guys, this is supposed to be like a rom-com. This is supposed to be a guy that's sweeping me off my feet, but I'm not attracted to it if she's saving him every single time something happens. Like, that's not attractive to me.
No, it's not. I only watched it because Glenn Powell was in it, so...
Yeah. That's the only reason why I finished it too. I was like, okay, well, I mean, he looks nice,
really?
So.
Yeah. Well,
really, Lily?
He is a Carrie Baca that,
but now, now he's like a capybara. So
capybara, there we go.
About this. I'm like, I don't know anymore. That's weird.
I was like, and he's gonna come out in Twisters too. I know. I want to go see it. Let's go see it, Lily. I can't wait. But here's a video. I guess it's like, it is a trend. I don't know if you saw this video, Lily, of like
boyfriend. So awkward.
Or a sexy rat man. They're one and the same. If somebody comes up to you and says, "Hello, sexy rat man," they're also calling you a hot rodent boyfriend.
Yeah. So these are the what they look like. These are some of the features. They're svelte.
Yes.
Angular features and bodies.
Not necessarily conventionally handsome.
What?
Makes them even hotter.
No clue.
I don't know.
Of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, they
there you go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
This started.
So apparently, svelte is attractively thin and graceful.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
From the movie Challengers. Yeah. And people are saying they look like cartoon mice. I mean, we're not.
There it is. Okay, yep. There's the picture.
The left mouse looks like John Krasinski. I mean, sorry. That's not
the actual like John Krasinski.
Oh my god, he's a rat man too.
I'm sorry, but he is. Not John Krasinski's okay. Actually,
oh my god,
he's okay.
It's like masculine though.
Yeah, have you seen him in 13 Hours? Dang. That's all
On a date, Stuart Little.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that was funny.
Actually quite attractive.
Stuart Little is attractive.
Pretty sure Stuart Little is also a child mentally.
I know.
Oh, dang, you're right.
Stan.
I know. He's a minor. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Now look, I know I can feel justified in saying that Bugs Bunny when he dresses up as a female was pretty hot when I was a kid, but
Dog.
but to say you're attracted to Stuart Little is a little fucking weird.
That is weird, yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you have a fetish that awoken in you. But yeah,
Oh my
The
god.
furry community is going to be so happy.
I know.
God.
So weird.
They're gonna
That
start
picture on the
yelling.
bottom? What the heck is that?
I
From
guess it's them
Challengers.
as their characters from Challengers.
I mean, but still, like the
see
image.
tennis ball.
Uh,
I don't know.
AI
yeah.
was a mistake sometimes. Ugh.
Yeah, the furry community finally stood up and says, "There's dozens of us." So they're finally proud of being recognized. But I'm not a fan. But there are good-looking dudes who have features like what Jeremy Allen White. I think he's a good-looking dude. And if you're gonna compare a capybara to Glenn Powell, hey, I like capybaras. Then that's fine by me. Fine by me.
I guess
Could
it
be
has a lot
worse,
to do with the attitude, though, because Jeremy Allen White doesn't strike me as like a feminine guy. Like the way he carries himself,
No.
he's very
No.
masculine.
He-
So I think
he
he's
is pretty
attractive too. And that's I thought that wouldn't be something that I'd be attracted to. And I was like, oh, I like him in the bear.
Yeah, he's really good in the bear and in the Iron Claw.
Oh yeah. He was really good in that too.
Yeah. So I don't know how it became such a heartthrob with the Gen Zers. It's questions we'll never get answers. Like Hawk to a girl and Rodent Men.
Right.
But I can continue my life without knowing the real answer. It's just like, you know what? Good on them. That's all I can.
have an answer.
You do
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'm like good for you. That's my mindset on that.
Yeah.
But what else we can go on as not a good for you? We're gonna go on to the Acolyte, and then Lily, I know you have thoughts, and then Adam, I want to hear your thoughts too, and anyone else can totally weigh in on this.
Well,
Yeah,
my first thought
this-
is I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't seen
refusing
any of
to
the
watch the
Acolyte,
Acolyte.
and I'm
Yeah,
so
I'm re-
happy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
refusing
have
to watch
You're
it.
You're
doing
not
better not
seeing
watching it.
I have been keeping up at least with Gary Nerdrotic and hearing him explain what happens, and my God, it's so stupid.
I've
So
seen
All of
enough.
it is so
I've seen
stupid.
enough in Twitter to know that it sucks, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get an idea of how bad each episode is, which kind of makes me wonder. I feel bad for the brave people who are watching the episodes to
Yep.
summarize it for the rest of us, so we don't have
Yeah.
to suffer.
I'm kind of glad that I stopped watching, stopped caring about Star Wars such a long time ago. I mean, I watched Kenobi, but still, ugh.
Oh, I watched Boba Fett. I regretted that. I got like halfway through it, and I'm like, this is so fucking dumb and terrible. But I'm like, I'm gonna power through. I'm gonna watch the rest of it. And it just got worse.
I mean,
I
to
just
be
hope
fair,
it's making
Adam,
people turn back to like the books and the original
yes.
content and just
Oh,
love
yeah.
it even more. That's what I really hope is going
Yeah.
on.
you know, Kenobi was so bad it actually turned me to the book that the show should have been based on, and it was actually pretty damn good.
I forgot I watched Kenobi also. Here's an interesting story. I have a friend here who I've known very well as a liberal. He's a decent guy though. We've never gotten into arguments or anything like that. But he knew that I was into Star Wars, so he came up excited. He asked, "Hey, what do you think about Kenobi?" He's all loving on it and everything. And I'm like, it sucks. And he could not understand like what, why. I started going through all the things like the fact that they blew up the laser gate instead of just walking the fuck around it. The stupid crap hiding Leia in this big bulky jacket.
That was so wacky. That was so wacky.
Yeah, I'm going through this whole list of everything, and I can see his enjoyment just being sucked away slowly and slowly with every statement I was making. And then he had to go and confirm, and he saw someone else. He goes, "Hey, what did you think about Kenobi?" This other guy's like, "I think it sucked." He couldn't believe it. He was so blown away.
I remember throwing my phone across the room when he was sitting on that truck with Leia, and there was blurted out her name in front of the stormtroopers. I was like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you so stupid? You were saying like 5 seconds before we have to make sure that nobody knows our identity." And then he's like, "Leia," and the stormtrooper's like, "Huh? What did you say?" It was so stupid.
But
like
not as stupid as this fucking show, though.
I mean, to be fair, the show's only as intelligent as the writers, and you only write what you know. That's what you're being taught in writing school nowadays. So if you go with a lesbian headlamp writing that show, for the most part, allegedly, I'm assuming AI is also involved in it, you just get crap like this, unfortunately.
She's interjecting herself into the story, and that's why it's retarded.
It is, yeah. I mean, that whole scene with the naked bath, I'm gonna say nothing.
I think the only positive about this entire show is how good it's been for everyone's channels and my Twitter, my tweets have been going crazy. So thank you for being terrible, show. Because everyone's like on fire over this TV show, and honestly, it's so bad. I don't see how these people can keep defending it. And just week to week, it just is so crazy to me how many people I get in my comments telling me that I'm media illiterate, that this TV show is the best thing that Star Wars has ever put out, that I am wrong about everything. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, really? This many of you are still defending this stuff? It's just bad.
Sorry, go ahead.
What they're trying to do now, this latest episode, which we kind of already knew, Leslie Headland had been talking about how she's going to give us a different insight into the Jedi, blah, blah, blah. Basically telling us what George Lucas has already told us in the prequels, is that the Jedi are not perfect. They make mistakes. They're still human beings. Well, most of them, But George has already done that, and much better. This TV show is just doing it really stupidly, making them all look like idiots. Like just like a little example off of this recent episode. So these Jedi are basically on this planet because they're looking for signs of life, right? The witches, if you guys have seen it, live in this big old mountainside thing with lights and everything, that you don't think that they could have seen that a long time ago, especially, I don't know, when they flew in, that there was a structure there. Like,
it's weird how they conveniently forget about it as well.
Yeah, they're making the Jedi look like idiots, just everything, not even just making them look terrible, like, oh no, they made a mistake and awful things happened because of it. No, they're literally making them look like idiots.
Wouldn't it be convenient if they had some sort of, like, I don't know, device or technology that would detect life? Oh, wait, that's right. We saw in The Empire Strikes Back, they do.
Yes, exactly.
So I wonder why they didn't think to use that to see if there is life on the planet. Probably because these fucking people probably never even seen Star Wars when they were writing it.
Because they spent all the money on the... They spent all the money on the metal detector that the Wookiee is. Like, where the heck is he's looking for all the money that supposedly they spent on this TV show? Like, I don't understand. And this article, I pulled it up because these are the stupid people that are defending it. I've noticed that this author in particular, Paul Tossi, every single article that he writes for Forbes is just trash. It really is. Like, here, he's just basically going off about how the Jedi are actually the terrible people in the show and everything that they did was wrong. Not even saying anything about the witches and all of the things that they did to also provoke what happened on the TV show. Like, everyone is saying that the witches are the good guys and blah, 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 blah. But, like, they did a lot of stuff in these episodes that, you have to defend yourself from, first of all. I don't know if you guys saw this all over Twitter, but the Padawan, I call him Tommen because I don't know his name.
You mean the guy that committed seppuku? You mean that guy?
He was basically the main mom witch or whatever. She got into his mind and was being really inappropriate and creepy with him in that episode.
Yep.
And he's still like a kid in this. Yeah, he's still like a kid in this. But obviously, she's a strong, independent Black woman, so she's right.
Of course,
you can't tell her anything.
The thing is with that young guy, he was doing nothing wrong really, but she drove him to suicide regardless. That's the biggest issue I have with that character development, because he just stuck with the code that the Jedi had, but apparently that's wrong, according to the new writers that we have now. That's what really bugs me about this whole thing.
Yeah, and just all of these things. Like, I know Gary has said this before, and it was really funny, like in a tweet that he put out, that you write what you know, and Leslie Headland is writing what she knows. That's why a lot of this is really creepy in the same episode. I love this actor from Squid Game, but a lot of this episode was him being a little too creepy. That no, he needs to take these children back with him, especially Osha, because he feels this super strong connection to her and blah, 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 blah. Like, it just comes off so creepy.
Predatory.
I saw that clip.
When you think back to who's writing it, you're like, oh, well, that makes sense.
A predator.
To be fair, that guy should fire his agent after that show.
He really should. He really should. It's just incredible how much they have just messed up with this show. And the thing is that now, just kind of watching it, the first couple of episodes, I was kind of angry about it. Now I'm just like, wow. Now I'm just gonna laugh about it. Now I'm just gonna make comments about it, because this isn't Star Wars. I'm not gonna consider this canon. This is really stupid. It's just dumb. It's just really dumb. Like, you're watching it and you don't even know what's going on. I bet if someone watches it like episode 1 to 8, they're gonna be like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
So confusing.
Their pure ignorance of Star Wars, the lore, and everything about it is one thing, but they don't even understand physics when they burn a fucking stone mountain down. There's fire in space. A whole freaking mountain burns. It's made out of solid rock. How does this fucking? Do they not know how fire works?
Nope, they don't.
They don't.
Clearly.
They don't. They show that throughout the
probably
whole...
think extinguishing a burning frying pan with water is a good idea.
I don't think they invented the wheel yet.
Crazy. Yeah,
crazy. Crazy. And then this last episode, like, it made no sense that apparently all the witches died because they broke a connection to the Wookiee that they had also gotten in his brain. And Master Trinity, I don't know anybody's name. I call them from like other characters I know them by. So she goes and like saves him and I guess disconnects them from their thread. And all of a sudden they all just kind of pass out. You don't know if they died from that or they died in the fire. Like, supposedly this was going to answer. Supposedly they were going to answer all of these questions in this episode, but there's just more questions. Like, what? I don't understand what's happening at all. That's crazy.
I'm so upset I can't find this. So. Have you guys seen that clip where somebody dubbed the Luke, I'm your father scene, but instead of him saying, you don't understand the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
It's so terrible.
It's so fucking funny. I can't find it though.
Oh man, I need to.
And then speaking of music, they had to torture us even more after this episode ended. There's a song that they actually released that sounded so much like the freaking like something that you would watch off the WB. Like, I know some shows were actually good there, but this isn't supposed to be in a Star Wars TV show. And I let the credits play by accident because I think I was on Twitter, and all of a sudden the song starts playing, and I was like, what the heck is this? It's so embarrassing. Oh, so weird. So weird.
But it's music that we obviously thought that they thought we were going to like it, but no, it's just chalkboard nails going against each other to sounding to my ears. Yeah.
To be fair, it's not as bad as the rap song that the lead actress dropped.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She has been like a disappointment after disappointment. Like her latest thing, I don't know if you guys saw it. She went on The View and she was basically crying victimhood again, that she's receiving so much racism and hatred and blah, blah, blah. But like, where are the receipts? She's not showing any evidence that this is happening to her. I know there must be like crazy people out there who do say crazy things. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all experienced that on Twitter, right? Oh, but where she's not showing us any evidence of it, she's just telling us. So
it's their go-to game plan every single time now. They create woke garbage and then they just blame us for not liking the woke garbage because it's racist, sexist, homophobic, histophobic, phobophobe crap.
Yeah.
That's all they got.
Exactly. And then, of course, everybody on The View was like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. Like,
you see the clip where she's being interviewed and somebody said something like, what do you think? What is your response to all these racist people, these detractors and all that? I dropped a diss track. Ooh, wow, you got us.
I know. And then we made fun of her even more.
Yep.
And then she got made fun of for her terrible diss track. Oh
Can
my
I just
God.
share something real quick? Because I think I may have found the video Adam was talking about.
Yeah? Oh, please pull it up.
It's with General Grievous, but I think it's with General Grievous, but it's very fitting.
Okay, yes, that's not the same one then, but yeah.
But it's very fitting. Hang on, let me blow up the screen real quick.
No volume.
Yeah, no volume, Smoo.
Way to go, producer.
I know. I know. When is it not sharing the audio?
It's still new.
You want to send it to me and I can do it?
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Hang on. Stop sharing.
Dang it, Smoo. It's okay.
Yeah.
But no, I really laughed at Rachel's comment. Like the lesbian witches saw a penis and died.
Yep.
What's this pink lightsaber? Oh no, it's not. It does,
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I have the high ground, though, Anakin.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh, here we go, kids. I got it.
You got it. Okay. I hope it would.
Hold on, let's start all over again. You guys heard that then, right?
No. Yeah, it's very quiet though.
Strange.
It was the Vader.
Oh, there you go.
You fool! I've been trained in your Jedi arts by black lesbians. The power of one. Don't try it. The power of many.
Okay, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, that was perfect.
That Vader one is so good though because they use AI voice changer and he sounds just like Darth Vader.
my
So when he goes,
God.
the power of many.
I really want to see that one. Oh my god.
I just shared the link. Mongoose sent it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
The Vader clip?
Mm-hmm. You found it.
Oh, yes.
It's so. Oh my gosh. Oof. Been overexposed here.
Oh.
But yeah, Disney Star Wars has been nothing but the memes. Nothing but the
I thought
memes.
Smoo was being abducted there for like 2 seconds. What happened?
I may have been. Who knows if I'm actually real Smoo? Who knows? I don't know.
Here we go, guys.
If you only knew the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. If you only knew the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
I love it. Love it.
Oh my god. Oh, Adam, is that you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I don't have a soundboard. What the heck is going on? Oh my god.
Did you not figure it out when I played this earlier?
Yeah,
Wait.
That's why I started laughing when that sound came out. That's why
I thought that was
laughing.
Sevvy. I thought that really was Sevvy.
I thought it was
No, that was not me. I don't have my roadcaster set up to like transfer sound. I could, but I will screw it up, so I don't have it that way.
I use a Stream Deck. I got the 35 button Stream Deck. It's fucking phenomenal.
Oh
It's
my
a great.
gosh.
Ooh, look at you.
Yep.
But speaking of being a jokester, and Sevvy is our loved panelist here, she needs to skedaddle out of here because she needs to go do she needs to take care of business because she is the queen and needs to put people in order. So Sevvy, thank you so much for joining us. But before you go, do you mind plugging anything that's coming up for you right now?
Sure. I think the main thing is you'll see me at Geeks and Gamers Tabletop sometime today. It looks like everybody lost power. So I don't know how delayed the stream is going to be. So I'm gonna try and figure it out. I think he's trying to figure out an alternate place to stream for. So we'll kind of see what's going on. But I'm gonna go and make some tea because, like, I don't know. Do I sound like I'm sick? Because I hear
You sound a bit
myself
rough,
like
yeah.
You sound stuffy.
yeah. So just not feeling great. So I'm gonna go get some emergency tea and garlic and just try and get better. So I'll see you guys later. But thank you so much for letting me be here. And Dr. Rachel, I heard from a little bird that you're making your dress. I can't wait to see it. If you're willing, I'm so excited that you're gonna be making your dress. It's amazing.
Yep. I might need to sneak pictures because I don't want, of course, Jed to see it at all.
Oh,
but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm in just to save some money, and I love designing all kinds of cosplays and stuff. My mom is a seamstress. My sister-in-law is a seamstress, so they're all going to be helping, and we're going to pull off making my wedding dress.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
That's
I
cool.
love that. All right. Well, Sevvy, thank you so much for hanging out. But you're always welcome here at Dames and Dorks, and we'll see you next time.
No, hearts for all
Bye,
of you
Sevvy.
guys.
Feel
Bye,
better.
Sevvy.
Feel better.
Bye, lady.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was so sweet. I love Sevvy. I hope she does feel better. And I was going to say another Mexican thing is maybe it's just me and Lily. I don't know, Lily, if you ever did this, but potato slices at the bottom of your feet and put socks over them.
I think I've heard of that, but I don't think I've ever done it. And my parents never did that. I would get on the bottom of the
it's onion and potatoes. When we were sick, they would put that in socks and we wear them and we'd feel better the next day.
Yep.
So I should have told her to do that. Oh well. I'll send her a message.
I am
She'll
so
live.
confused.
Yeah. I think she should be good. Ginger tea, a little bit of garlic, and emergency, and she is covered.
Ginger is a miracle cure.
Yes. So is garlic.
Garlic is too, yeah.
A little bit of that too. Like it'll basically anything that's in there growing or whatever, it's gonna take care of it.
Mm-hmm. Taking care of business, as Sevvy does most of her life. Well, all of her life, actually.
I just drink until I forget that I'm sick.
I did that when I was living in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, I did. I had a terrible cold when I lived in BC, British Columbia, and I'm like, well, I don't know about the, healthcare system in Canada, so I'm just gonna get drunk and hopefully I'll feel better in the morning. With a painful migraine I woke up with, I actually did feel better. But yes,
there's a cure for everything. Almost.
The first time I got the coof back in 2020, it felt like a cough with a hangover. So I'm like, fuck, if I'm gonna feel like I have a hangover, I might as well just have a hangover. So I just drank for fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There you
it's
go.
cheap, it's cost efficient, it gets the job done. Yeah, might as well. You're not letting Big Pharma tell you, like, here, you feel like dying, just a basic cold, take some Adderall. But what is a giant headache that won't go away is just that Leslie Headland thought that she made art with Star Wars.
It's insulting, honestly. But
Yeah.
she thought that she's making art. But yeah.
Modern day art is shit, so she's on par.
I was gonna say that, yeah. Modern day art is questionably art, so it's
I mean, sticking a banana to a wall with a bit of tape is not art.
I was just gonna mention that one. And somebody just goes up and fucking peels it open and eats the banana.
Like, art.
Or the paint vomiter.
Yep.
The paint vomiter, that's one too.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
No, but what is art is actually a good show that's currently going on right now is House of the Dragon.
Love it.
Yes. Adam, what's your take on that so far of the season?
Fucking love this show, man. I mean, but this last episode, watching dragons fight each other, it was so good. And what's crazy too is I think they mentioned this on FNT that this is a show that has gay characters. It has women in charge. It has diversity, and we don't hate it. We love it because, and you know why? Because it's a good fucking show.
Yep.
It's well written. The characters are doing a phenomenal job. The dialogue is interesting. See, that's what we mean. It's not about diversity. You can have diversity wherever the hell you want. Just have good writing and interesting characters that people actually care about. That's it. That's all you need.
Absolutely.
Isn't it such a weird concept nowadays to just
Yeah.
make your TV shows good and people will actually like it and watch it?
Crazy idea.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yes. Well, because like, Lily, maybe you can help me out with the names, but I know that Rhaenyra was married to one of her cousins who's an actually gay character, and then they're like, yeah, we know he's gay, and we know that you're trying to conceive, but we know that's not his child. Like that's good story writing. It's not like, hey, I'm gay, moo. I'm not gonna go to your baby shower, Karen. But like, it was a good character development.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I even enjoyed watching the gay character. He was entertaining. He was charismatic. Yeah,
Well,
I didn't give a shit at all that he was gay.
He was a good actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he had passion of like what was given, the role was given to him. He actually like made me believe that he is that character in House of the Dragon.
I appreciate a gay character that's been written well and is not using his gayness as a plot armor, like it is with most shows nowadays. Because being gay is automatically means you can't die in a show nowadays, especially on Netflix productions.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a show full of gay people. But if you're the only gay character in the show, you're more likely not to die if you were gay.
No, the gay character is always the hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And no, yeah, you're right. I mean, the two leads, basically, the ones that are considered the leads of this TV show are the two women, and they're the ones that kind of got this whole thing going. And we've had a lot of different stuff happen in this TV show that, that people would, from the outside, look at it and be like, oh, these people are gonna hate on it because it has women. Yeah, it has like a gay character, and like I think it's at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes right now for the audience score. So I mean, hello, maybe it's the difference. They actually care about what they're doing with this TV show. And then I think this one cost like 190 million in comparison to the Acolyte 180 million. You can see where they spent every single cent on this TV show. It's amazing.
That's the thing, right? With that show, you see where the budget is going. Unlike with the Acolyte, where you constantly question yourself if they're just laundering money at this point. I mean, if you look at the audience score for the Acolyte, it's 14% for the audience. 14%. Critics love it, of course, because why wouldn't they? But like House of the Dragon is just killing it at the moment, and they did a smart move of releasing ahead of Rings of Power because they're just going to steal all the thunder from it. It is insane how well that show's doing, and especially after that burn with Game of Thrones season 7 and 8. I didn't expect to get another Game of Thrones related piece of media that's actually good.
Yeah,
I don't have high hopes for the Jon Snow show, but there's things that could be done well, but we'll see.
Leading up when we were hearing about House of the Dragon, and we heard that it was female leads and everything, every single one of us, because we are so jaded with modern day media, we all expected it was going to be garbage. It was going to be woke garbage. We were all expecting that, and then blown away by the fact that nope, they actually just made a good fucking show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that. Everybody was like, oh, great. And then everybody was already super sour about the last seasons of Game of Thrones. So everybody was kind of worried about that too. They're like, oh, great. Really? You're going to give us more of this? And you guys ruined season 7 and 8. But no, they totally redeemed themselves. This TV show is amazing. Like this last episode, it's so funny because we all kind of know what happens. They're telling the story of how there's no more dragons and all of this tragedy happened to this family. And now that I'm actually watching the dragons fight and I know they're going to die, I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. I don't want to see it anymore. Like this episode had me so stressed out. I was so anxious and like, oh my gosh, I have PTSD from freaking Vagar. Like that big old dragon scares me now. And then it was super sad. Oh my gosh. I think the end of it, I was like sobbing because I was like, no. So good.
I haven't caught up on them because I've been busy. I had a kind of packed filled weekend, but I saw everybody else's reactions to it. that
That's catch up to the show, but I heard very good things about season 2 so far, so I'm very cautiously optimistic. And the fact that
I'm
everybody's
probably gonna watch.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead, Smu.
No, it's fine. You go ahead.
I'm working on catching up. I haven't seen episode 4 yet. I've just seen the other 3 episodes, but I'm looking forward to from what you're saying, from what I've heard from everyone. Like, this is the best episode. So
I'm glad.
I can't wait.
I'm rewatching the first season just to be freshly freshened up with it before I actually start going into season 2. Because I want to have it fresh in my memory, so I don't have to ask myself like, oh, wait, who's this character again? Because I'm usually terrible with remembering certain characters, so it's actually pretty good when I rewatch something after a while, just to be on the safe side.
Well, when in doubt, a character's name is probably Aegon. So.
I just call people Dave from now on, like Disparu does all the time.
But yeah, no, I won't say more because you guys haven't seen it. Hopefully, you haven't seen too many spoilers, but it's amazing. Oh my gosh, these like dragon battles are gonna just, oh my gosh, they're so good. Like, it looks incredible. I love it.
To be fair, spoilers don't bother me that much because I've had like the whole Walking Dead series spoiled for me by friends all the time, and also Game of Thrones I mostly learned about through spoilers, so it's fine. I'm not too bothered by it, but I understand if people want to. If people want to watch it and not be spoiled, I respect that too.
Yeah,
I can't stand when people spoil. I had somebody spoil something from Walking Dead, and I almost punched the dude. I was so mad.
Oh dang!
So mad.
Yep.
I mean, I would have punched him like in the arm, but yeah.
I mean,
tell us how you really feel, Adam.
I don't like spoilers.
I'll give it kind of a pass as if you're on Twitter or Instagram, because people are going to post things. But yeah, face to face, if I'm telling you that I haven't seen an episode and you spoil something for me, I would be pissed. But yeah, I've spoiled stuff on my own. Like, I forgot which TV show it was, but I hadn't seen the episode yet, and I was scrolling through Twitter and spoiled it for myself. And I was like, oh, I only have myself to blame because I should have known better. People post spoilers on social media everywhere. So yeah.
It's unavoidable at this point anyway, because even if you put like a filter on a word, you still see certain things pop up because people retweet it all the time. Yeah. And I usually like blacklist certain words when a certain show comes out, and then I turn it off again once the show is over, so I don't necessarily see the spoilers all the time. But even then, it is hard to avoid spoilers. You have to pretty much be offline to not get any spoilers whatsoever.
I love how in the past FNT was so bad about it. They would say, "Oh, spoiler warning," and then immediately say the spoiler before you can turn it off. Yeah, man.
Yes, I mean, and then that's why I stopped watching the reviews of House of the Dragon after the TV show, because I'm kind of reading the book along as it goes. And sometimes they'll get into that and they'll be like, yeah, I wonder if they're going to do this later on from the book. And I'm like, oh, no, don't talk about that. They've gotten better, though. I know now they're like, yeah, I wonder if they're going to do this thing from the book. And I'm like, thanks, guys. I appreciate that because,
you have to keep it vague and keep in mind that the audience doesn't necessarily have the luxury of watching it right when it comes out. And I think that's also the issue with panel shows like FNT. I mean, God bless them. I'm working in the shadows for them, but sometimes I do have to take off the headphones when they're talking a bit too spoiler heavy things. And I kind of share the sentiment in the chat when people are complaining about spoilers. But at this point, if you're watching FNT, you're bound to have spoilers. So know what you're watching. Be aware of it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, this show is fantastic. If you're not watching it, watch it. Start from season 1. It's amazing. And you don't need to have seen anything in Game of Thrones to understand it. This is like a prequel.
That's the great thing about it, yeah.
So just watch it.
What I love about House of the Dragon is the special effects they made on the dragons. I mean, I thought the ones in Game of Thrones looked pretty good, but the ones in House of the Dragon somehow top the effects of that one. And I think the dragons are freaking excellent.
And you know what else I like about the dragons too that I didn't really see too much in Game of Thrones is that they all kind of have a little personality of their own too. They're not just like, oh, dragon is on screen and that's it. No, like the little bits and pieces that you see between the characters and the dragons, you kind of see the temperaments and everything of how each dragon has its own personality. So I appreciate that they took that into account, and that just makes you feel a little bit more for them when they are actually getting into these battles and fighting each other, because you're like, oh no, oh no, like this is happening. So I appreciate that little detail that they kind of added.
The one thing I'll say,
you know,
the one thing I'll say I don't like about the show is its intro. It's boring. It's boring, and I'm really upset they didn't come up with a new song too. I was really looking forward to a new theme song, but they just reused the old one. And I think obviously they create a whole new intro this season, because I think the last one is so fucking confusing. It's going down and like the blood is going here. Like, what am I looking at? So they make a new one, and it's just a bunch of stitching.
And if you notice, a lot of the stitching is spoilers. So if you can kind of pick up on the characters, it's spoiling a lot of the show for you already.
I was wondering
I kind of always thought too that why aren't they using the House Targaryen song as the theme song for this TV show?
They should have.
They should have. Has their own theme. Like, I don't understand. They could have done like a variation of it and made that the theme song. And I don't understand why they picked the Game of Thrones one. But yeah, if you don't want to, if you're just starting the TV show and you're on season 2, don't pay attention to the stitching, because it's gonna spoil a lot of stuff. Like, if you notice.
I've seen people complaining about them using the Game of Thrones theme again when the first season aired, because people were like, I don't want to be reminded of the shitty seasons that happened in the end.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
They did use a unique song in the first episode as the intro song. And then after that, they just cut back to the Game of Thrones song. And I was like, oh, that's a bit weird. That's a choice, I guess. But why did you do that? Is it just because you want to have a reoccurring theme going on, because you want to remind people, well, like, remember, this is still Game of Thrones? But they could have just easily just retooled the original song and just maybe add some elements to it that are unique for the show, so people still know that it's Game of Thrones, but a different show. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, like House Targaryen theme.
Yeah, exactly. The House Targaryen theme would have been perfect for that show, easily. I think there's probably a fan edit on Twitter or YouTube or whatever that probably has done that. But
the thing is, they still have the same composer too, so I don't understand why he couldn't just, rework the Targaryen theme into something new. And
it probably had something to do with money. It probably would have been too expensive. Maybe they already used up their budget or something like that.
I was just about to say that, because I think they've blown their budget on all these effects and all the locations and the special effects that they probably didn't even think about that, and it's just an oversight on their part. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get something else at the end.
If that is the case, I can absolutely not blame them, because they did make a great freaking show, with great effects and everything. So I can forgive a song.
Exactly. If that's the only thing that we're complaining about, then that's a W.
Yeah, exactly.
It does tell you everything about the quality of the show if we're complaining about the theme song being recycled.
Exactly.
Yep.
It really does.
Mm-hmm. But one thing that came up earlier this morning was another show that I'm kind of looking forward to, and it's also going to be on Max, is The Penguin.
Ooh. Colin Farrell is the Penguin. Yeah. I kind of like Colin Farrell in that movie.
I did too.
He did pretty good as the Penguin. I like him. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Honestly, because I guess I'm just like not good at recognizing faces. If you didn't tell me that was Colin Farrell, I wouldn't have known that was him at all.
He's barely recognizable though. You can see like tiny characteristics of his face, but if you don't pay close attention, you couldn't even tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did a great job.
Is there a trailer for this?
There is not.
I actually haven't heard about this.
I think this is just like the teaser image to get everybody like all excited.
Yeah, it's not a prequel. It's post. No, there is a trailer. Yeah,
there is. Send it over.
Yeah, because
3 weeks ago. Yeah, there is a.
The reason I knew this is like events right after the movie, because they're driving through and he's talking about look at what happened, and then the city, the city's destroyed. So this actually is right after the movie.
Oh, this is, let's get the Max trailer.
I'll say I'm not excited for it. I'll watch it and hope that it's good, but I don't see a whole Penguin series being good, but I could be wrong.
If we make it like Sopranos, but a little bit more grounded, maybe.
That's what I was gonna say. If they kind of stick to like the whole mob kind of thing to it, it might actually be really interesting.
Before I share it, Adam or Smu, do you know if I'm going to get hit if I play it through?
You won't. All they'll do is just demonetize or that you won't get a strike.
I'm not even monetized. Let's go.
I know. That's my point.
We could create pause like every 10 to 15 seconds, maybe.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. The only playing trailers and all that. The only thing they'll do is they'll demonetize, or they could make the video not visible. But you'll never get a YouTube strike for playing a video like this.
All right. Well, I'll play it through. I don't care. Let's go.
Yes, we'll find out.
I hate this pre-trailer for trailer thing.
I know, me too.
Let's play the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's play the damn trailer and just shut up.
Real old school type. Rex Calabrese. He was a big deal. He helped people. You saw you on the street, he'd call out to you. When I'm 14 or something, he has a heart attack and dies. Still holding a cigar. In my neighborhood, they throw a parade in his honor. A freaking parade. It wasn't fancy, but it was a gesture. A show of love for what he meant.
It really reminds me of like how they wanted to depict the Kingpin in the next Netflix Daredevil show. Especially how he approaches
Can you
the role.
imagine to be remembered like that?
This fall. That's not too far off.
Yeah, see, I think they're leaning into the mob thing, and I will watch anything that has to do with the mob. I'm there. So
I mean,
kind of excited.
we also had the Suicide Squad Isekai coming out recently, where a Japanese studio, I'm not sure which one it was, but they also made a anime show based on the Suicide Squad. It actually looks pretty decent, but I'm a bit weary because it's also co-produced by Warner Brothers Japan. So it could be hit and miss, but it looks pretty convincing. So if you're into your anime and your isekais, you might get your money's worth. And it's also in Japanese dub if you're really interested in it, but I wouldn't wholeheartedly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's also it is out on June 27th or since then. The whole dancing Amanda Waller scene has been going viral on the internet for no reason whatsoever. I don't get it. But yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I also posted the trailer in the private chat for that one. But it's not a must watch necessarily. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. DC has been having a few stinkers recently, and also a few good things. So we just have to wait and see what will happen out of the whole James Gunn thing when he's finally doing something with that. But I'm not going to treat that.
This is also revealed today.
Oh boy!
What? Just a symbol?
Just a symbol.
Just the symbol. So this is James Gunn's Superman that's coming out.
Ugh. Not excited.
I'm not
excited.
I'm very
looks
low
like somebody tried to bend a G there. It was like very hard to make it look like an S.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call? They call that comes from one of the comic books, the Doomsday Superman, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
I've seen it before, and I think it looks dumb. I don't know why they're using it.
I don't know. I'm kind of like not excited because of the pictures that we've seen so far of the
suit.
The suit.
Yeah, it looks
just
bad.
Yeah. And then also I think it was, what was it? Hawk Girl. not talk to a girl. Her suit looks terrible too. Like her costume, her suit looks really bad. Also, I don't know what they're doing with the costume department. It looks pretty bad.
I mean, I can forgive like a crappy costume if it's done just like a practical thing, but if it's like if you have the convenience of animating over it and just making it look like trash immediately, it's just not sticking with me, you know, because every first impression counts in that kind of thing, right? Because you want to make sure that everything looks cool and piques interest. That freaking costume of Superman didn't pique my interest at all. I mean. I tried like giving it a good bit of grace, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, there's no point in it. Like, it just looks dumb, and even that wig, it looks like they placed a poodle.
It looks,
black and gave him a wig that looks like the poodle.
It's a rodent Superman, guys.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I get why they're doing this. They're making it so he actually really looks different as opposed to just the glasses.
But that's always been like a running gag, though. Like everyone knows that.
I know.
That's the classic.
They're clearly doing it for the modern audience, which is again.
Because they don't understand. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I can just to touch a little bit more on what Smu was saying. I think they're relying too much on putting something out like the suits and then just saying, "Oh, don't worry about it, guys. We'll like fix it in post." Like, why not make it? Why not try a little bit harder and use all of that budget that you guys have to actually make it look good? We've seen all of the behind the scenes of Henry Cavill in his suit, and before even watching it in the movie, it looked amazing. So I don't understand why they just go the lazy route and spend more money and just go, we'll fix it in post, guys. Don't worry. Like that's so
I hate this defeatist mentality that Hollywood has when it comes to designing superhero costumes now, that they always look so low budget now. I mean, if you compare like the costumes from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to 3, the ones in 3 didn't even look as good as the one in 1 and 2. And that's saying something. And that was like the same thing with Marvel. And I think it's just because the cost cutting or hemorrhaging from the Batgirl movie that was canned still. And I don't know, maybe Zaslav has said like, look, Gunn, you're on a budget. Make sure you don't spend too much on the costumes or something like that. I don't know.
Just hire cosplayers.
Yeah, hire cosplayers. They make a way better job with less money. And I agree with Dr. Rachel on that one because she is a cosplayer.
Hire Dr. Rachel.
Hi, Dr. Rachel. Yeah, exactly.
I'd be happy to. Hey, if I've said this before and I'll say it again, Henry Cavill, if you need someone to help out with costume design and Warhammer 40K, please let me know.
Yeah, there you go. And what really bugs me about this whole thing is you look at these costumes and you see the cosplayers doing it on a fraction of a budget. And you just see that where the passion it actually is with the fan base compared to the actual companies who are supposed to be caring about this a lot more. And you certainly don't see that a lot these days. It's just like, the fans will gobble it up either way because they're gullible or stupid or something like that. That's the attitude that the executives in Hollywood have, and it's honestly sad that we've gotten to this point.
Well, they're the same, just like with politics as well. They just assume that the people who are voting for them are so dumb that they'll just lie to them and insult them. And it's the same thing. It's this mentality. It's the mentality of this left. I know, this is me. I get very political, but the leftist mentality. They are such narcissists. They think that they know everything. They are the ones who are best, and anyone who disagrees with them is just wrong. There's no way anyone else can be wrong. So they hate us. They think we're all stupid, ignorant, just dumb. So that's society today.
Ideally, you want to reach as many people as possible. And if you want to get people really hyped about something, release something where you show that you actually cared. And not like these half-ass pictures that you see here. I mean, granted, I see what you're saying with differentiating the look from Clark Kent to Superman. Because I think even in the cartoons, I thought as a kid that was pretty damn silly that people didn't recognize Clark Kent and Superman at the same place, just because he was wearing glasses. I mean, I've been told that people look different with glasses, but it's not that different usually.
But you know what though? Real world experience. I used to wear glasses, and I had a lot of coworkers that sometimes when I would have my contacts in, they'd be like, "Why do you look so different today?" Like real world, like, so that makes sense. And then I'd be like, "Because I'm not wearing my glasses today," and they're like, "Are you serious? Like, you wear glasses?" Like, I had people that I worked years with tell me, "You wear glasses?" I'm like, yeah, every single day of my life, I can't see.
I mean, in all fairness, I've had people say the same thing to me when I'm wearing mine, because mine are usually just like for looking at screens and reading stuff. I'm not necessarily wearing them all the time, but you know.
Yeah, so that's what was even more wild. Yeah, that was even more wild to me because I had to wear them all the time. I was legit blind, and that was funny that they would tell me that. That's why. That's why every time somebody mentions that about like Clark Kent, I'm like, that actually can kind of happen. That's weird. So I don't know.
Yeah, but it depends on if the people actually pay attention to you much, but as well. I see what you're saying.
I was there every single day. I was basically working as their charge nurse and their boss, so they're looking directly at me. So I don't know. It's weird.
It really depends on the person, though. But with Clark Kent is usually quite obvious because he's built like a brick shithouse, even in a suit. So, yeah. I kind of don't get the whole vibe of like, you know, people just changing their looks just with the glasses. Like, I mean, I don't look that much different if I have glasses on or off. Basically, it's the same look. If I were to wear the cap backwards and put on another T-shirt, that might be a different thing. Or if I would just let the beard grow a lot more or something like that, maybe, you know. But that's like being awfully generous.
Yeah. Maybe it also, I don't know, it just kind of depends on the person too. I never thought that I looked good in glasses. That's why I got LASIK, because first of all, I got tired of wearing glasses. So
I can understand that. Yeah, don't blame me.
Let's see you. Let's see how you look without glasses.
Well, I usually don't wear them unless I'm sitting here staring at the screen. I have astigmatism. If I stare at the screen too long, it irritates the hell out of my left eye. So that's the only reason why I wear them.
So what you're saying is you can't be Superman then.
No, yeah. Well, I don't think I have to look at the screen when I'm flying through the air.
But the sun? What if the sun gets in your eyes?
I put on sunglasses.
You have little frames that just like snap over.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
I hate wearing my glasses.
Cool old dad thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had contacts since high school, and I love them.
I actually got contacts a while ago, but I tried it and I started getting used to them, and they are great. But I forgot and just haven't got any more. I've got to.
I never got used to them. It always felt like I had a piece of trash in my eye, and I couldn't deal with it. So I was like, no, I'm gonna go get my eye lasered into.
Yeah.
I never had that problem.
I couldn't.
I got 20/20.
So lucky.
Lucky.
Oh my gosh.
I don't necessarily need my glasses because my vision is still pretty good. But it's pretty convenient to have these glasses around when you stare at the screen for a very long time, because you can tell the eyes are straining after a while.
Yeah.
But I'm also making sure that I do take like the occasional rest from staring at a screen and just rest my eyes a little bit.
Oh, I haven't known.
Take one off.
She left. Her vision is too good for us.
No,
yeah, the 20/20 vision got to her. Damn it, Nomi.
I only got these about 2 years ago. I'm 42 years old. I've never worn glasses in my life, so the last 2 years I've still been getting used to them.
Welcome back.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
I kicked you.
20/20 vision got.
All you glasses haters just kicked me out.
Yeah, you're sitting there bragging about having perfect vision.
No, gosh.
Can't have that. Don't want that mentality here.
No.
Nope.
We got to show everyone our flaws. Oh, sorry guys, I have 20/20 vision. I never had a problem.
Yeah, kick.
Yeah,
oh my god. I was like, what the heck was that?
Okay.
It took me a second.
I keep forgetting that it's you, and I'm like, oh my God, Sevvy's not here anymore. Where's this?
I keep forgetting about that too. Yeah.
Poor Sevvy.
But yeah.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I hope she does feel better. But
Yeah.
I actually kind of want to
Listen.
pick the dude's brains here for a second because,
Okay.
you know, you.
I have a
Adam,
brain? Wait,
Yeah.
hang on. Let me check. I have a brain. Right.
Oh, if I only have a brain.
Well, apparently there's something inside here. Yeah. Apparently there is something inside.
Well, no,
it up.
because you guys are dudes, and then
Yeah.
Did you
You
assume my
guys-
gender?
I did.
Wow, Nomi, I can't
Wow,
believe you do
Nomi, how
that.
insensitive.
Canceled.
I mean, I could tell that you don't look like a rodent, so I think my 2020 vision can impair me sometimes. So, but
Right.
but I wanted to bring this up. This is
Okay, what's this?
a oopsie. Sorry,
It's the
kids.
penguin.
No,
It's the penguin.
well,
What?
it's
happening?
this. I don't know. I'm trying to be cool here. But this grown man who's in the NBA is still playing with toys, and the internet is bullying him. I don't like. Do you guys have hobbies that you wish people would be like? Well, I want to tell you more about it. Like, what's your take on this? Yeah, like it's Legos. He's building Legos. I want to hang out with him.
Yeah, I love it.
Cool.
Legos are fine.
That's an awesome.
I like that
hobby.
he's collecting the landmark stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
cool.
know which sets
The
these
Vendor's
are.
Tower.
Oh, Vendor's
Yeah.
Tower. Hell yeah.
Dude,
That
so
was
fun.
expensive.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love,
Vendor's Tower is
I love that he has
Beautiful.
no shame. I love that.
No,
That's
honestly,
cool.
sometimes it's actually good to have a hobby that you associate with no shame, because
Absolutely.
I feel like escapism shouldn't be a shameful thing, even if you collect figurines or something like that. You know, more power to you. If you have a display where you can show these things off, then cool, do it. It's just like some people just frown upon people just painting 40K Space Marines and all that stuff.
Mhm.
I think it's a great hobby to have.
Mhm.
Honestly.
Yeah, it is. And
I
then
mean-
he's collecting some really cool ones too, so I don't see the problem.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you know, you said he's in the NBA, right?
Yes, he's in the NBA.
So I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, these freaking people, you have to be cool. No, you got to have your bling. You know, like I was talking about earlier, in your hot car. You just got to be out trying to slay. You know, get that thing.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
that
But yeah,
bag.
you know, he's going against the grain. He's actually, you know, he's embracing his inner child, and obviously he's gonna catch shit for that. Which, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
and
I
like
don't get it. I don't get it. Why shame somebody for having a hobby? Like, should we encourage this kind of thing?
yeah.
Am I missing something here? Like, I don't know.
well, especially in a society now where it's bad to have toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I
And-
think it's weird. Like, we're still dividing people up by cliques, even as adults. Like, oh, if you're really into sports, then you shouldn't have these nerdy hobbies like Legos or figurines or anything like that. And I think it's great when you have that crossover. It's like, yeah, I play sports, but I also, you know, like cosplay, or I'm a cheerleader for a football team, but I also, you know, build Legos in my spare time. I think it's great when people have different kinds of hobbies, but I also think it's weird that, like, you know, if this was just like a regular guy who was like clearly looked like a nerd or something and was showing off his Legos, nobody would bat an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
It's
nobody would.
weird.
The thing
Yep,
is,
very good
though,
point.
is that when we're kids, there's a bunch of the stuff that we want, but I mean, obviously, we don't have money, we can't afford it. A lot of the times, our parents aren't just going to buy us a $500 Lego set because we want it. So a lot of us start collecting things as adults because we can afford it. So I don't see anything wrong with that, because I started collecting all my stuff too, because now I can afford it. And I don't care if anybody thinks that's lame or a waste of money or whatever. Like, I want to collect what I want to collect. So that's cool that he's doing that, and he has the space for it too. Because I mean, he's an NBA player. I'm pretty sure he has a pretty big house and probably displays them super cool. So why not?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing about him is like he's not going to go into debt. He is an NBA player, so he can afford the massive Lego sets.
Yeah. Yeah, my whole background when I set this up, the entire intention was to show, like, obviously I got my military stuff, I got my patriotic stuff, but also I've got nerd stuff over, you know, I've got a freaking arcade game, and Isom comic book up there, and I've always been intended, but it's in a freaking storage unit. But I've got all my old Star Trek, the Enterprise D and stuff. I've got a bunch of geek stuff I'm planning on putting up here, and I'm not gonna be ashamed of that. I love, I'm a fucking nerd inside, while at the same time also a fucking army vet. So,
yeah. Well, another way I see it is like, one, that's cool that you're into these hobbies, like, because, like I said, I'd rather hang out with you because that looks like fun. That's therapy for me. Like just putting and building something together. That sounds like a heck of a time for me. But another way is like, okay, you're an NBA player. You're making a good amount of money. I don't know which team he's on, but I'd rather love what he's doing right now versus hating what he could be doing, which is like getting multiple girls pregnant and not like caring about it, or like spending money on going out and drinking and driving his car and causing accidents thinking money can buy him out. No, he's playing it safe by actually doing what he loves, is hanging out at his house building Legos.
Yeah, you get guys that are treated like freaking rock stars, like Kobe Bryant, who actually raped a woman, but he's still a celebrity. And then you got this guy, and he's the one catching shit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how that double standard goes. I mean, speaking of having no shame, I mean, since we're on the topic of toys, here's a perfect example. I'm collecting like these little figurines called Nendoroids, which are based on multiple IPs that you can buy. It's anime, video games, what have you. But it's like showing off like kind of cool things. I mean, I've got the from Shield Hero. I've got Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid as well. So it's like chibified figures of these characters. And I also got this in the mail just fairly recently, and I want to make a video on that one. It's a original Tifa Lockhart figure from Square Enix.
Where's Mags?
Yeah, she's not here, but I'm going to build that on a stream soon because it's based on the original design from the original Final Fantasy VII. It's pretty rad. That was being sent to me by someone. I don't even know who it was, but thank you to whoever did that. It's pretty rad. I mean, like I said, there's no shame in having a hobby of like collecting these things or like showing off that you like video games, It's or any other hobbies.
Yeah, I like building rockets too. It's something I learned back in. I was in a thing called Young Astronauts when I was a kid, and we did model rockets, and I started getting back into it as an adult.
Well, dang. Well, I only just built doll houses from like the little ones you can buy at Hobby Lobby. That was like my favorite thing to do, is building those houses and creating whatever furniture I can find with wood pieces that my dad would make when he would build sheds or something. So yeah, so no, if he was around, I'd be like, can I build with you?
Yes.
Can I go hang out? But
really, Legos together can be pretty therapeutic.
It can be. It can be. Well, I do want to bring something up because I totally missed this, but this is something I guess we need to talk about because it's been 20 years too late almost for the second Gladiator coming out, and then we got a trailer.
Yeah, like I said, horribly misused music up ahead. So whoever had the idea of adding Jay-Z and Kanye West music to a trailer about gladiators needs to be slapped in the face.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I want to see this.
I remember that day. I never forgot it.
Remember?
That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
See, here's the thing. I'm glad they cast Denzel, but then again,
the greatest temple Rome ever built.
The way he's speaking is what's the problem.
Because this is what they believe in.
Yeah.
Power.
It's almost like he tries to be Morgan Freeman too hard in that trailer. Like he's speaking a bit like Morgan Freeman-ish, like, I have the power to convince you. That kind of thing. It's like he's Shawshanking his performance a little bit. Nothing wrong with Shawshank, but it does stand out like a sore thumb.
What I said and what I saw a lot of people saying too is that he sounds like he's in Training Day.
Yes, he does.
That's not appropriate for this time period.
there's like, I wouldn't say like an accent, but like speaking in that time frame, like, you know, Roman Empire versus the like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
the
caught me on
language
this.
is too modern.
Yeah. Yes,
modern.
exactly.
Yeah.
I
wanna
hate
see-
when they do that.
I want to see the
when
part in this
shows and
movie
movies
where
do it.
when he yells out, "King Kong ain't got shit on me."
He's going to mention. He's trying to summon Gojira this time, not King Kong, of course, because appropriate timeline and all that.
Yeah. I love.
General Acacius, there are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects.
Joseph
she must
Quinn
feed
looks
them.
weird in that
They
movie.
can eat war.
They look sickly.
He looks sick, yeah.
And then we
What
got
is that helmet? What?
and then we got female.
Is that a blown-up condom? Is that a blown-up condom painted in green?
She's got like a freaking coconut on her head.
She's got an acorn on her head too.
That's a titty.
My God.
That's a titty.
Well,
What is that
you're taking the
outfit?
go tit a bit too literal there. They're taking go tit a bit too literal here. My God.
Yeah, there's the female self-insertion. Yeah, we were warriors in the Roman Empire.
I think they're in the arena,
Oh,
so
boy.
we saw that in the first one. So I think it's not like too far off history.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Pedro Pascal and
Gladiators
nowadays.
gladiators into free men.
I'm not.
Okay, one thing that kind of does peeve me a little bit. It stands
Earrings.
out Washington with an earring.
It's Denzel playing himself, literally. Like,
That's what
I think
peeves
so.
me.
Yeah.
Like this is
I'm
a
looking to see if
terrible-
anyone's wearing like a Rolex accidentally.
Yes, the part
Or-
where he
or the
laughs
airplane.
hasn't come out yet, right?
Wait, what?
The part where he laughs hasn't come out yet.
No,
That
it
took me out
hasn't.
so bad. I was like, no, it's just Denzel in a gladiator movie.
I know. And then I'm actually surprised I didn't see anyone's J's underneath the robes or anything. So
Oh, careful what you wish for, Nomi. Careful what you wish for.
Free men.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start.
Did you now?
Rage. That rage is your gift.
20 years too late, folks. 20 years too late.
This is about survival.
And then it's 3 minutes long. They tell you the whole movie.
Way too long.
Yep.
Way too long.
You
Way too
see
long.
everything. There's nothing. You can pretty much guess the ending by watching this trailer. You already know
Yep.
the entire story and what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
They gave
Yeah.
away way too much in this trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can stop watching it actually because it spoils way too much. And honestly, I'll just wait until it comes out on VOD so I can watch it.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to go into a movie theater to see this unless there's like morbid curiosity involved or anything like that. But nah, I'm good.
Yes. We can continue watching the trailer here in a second because I've got some things I want to say. But we have to say adieu to Adam because he has his show in the next 15 minutes and he's going to be a good host of a show for his channel.
Hell yeah.
Adam, tell me more about what's going on in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, every Thursday night we have Knife Hands here on VetsTalkin. I've actually, this is our weekly show. My regular shows have always been Thursday for Knife Hands, and I'm sorry, I always got to do Knife Hands and Skinamax Saturday on Saturday. But I've been streaming all week because I'm getting ready on Monday to go to Milwaukee for the RNC convention. And since I just got done taking a month-and-a-half break, my funds are a little bit low, so I'm trying to refund the account there so I can take this trip. So yeah, I've been streaming all week. It's actually been a lot of fun. The audience has been awesome and very generous, so I should be doing pretty good. But yeah, tonight is our political show, and I am basically just going to talk about and laugh at Biden probably for 2 straight hours.
Nice.
I love to hear it.
Monetize
I will
it.
probably come through when we're done here. But thank you so much, Adam, for hanging out with us. You are more than welcome to come back and hang out with us, Dames and Dorks here. We will catch you later, and I hope you have a good show.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Yes,
see
have
you
a good
guys
night
next
here,
time.
Adam.
Later, guys.
Bye. Oh, good job. I wish I had a soundboard like Adam, but no, we'll just do little clappy hands like he was here.
We'll have to do our own sound effects.
Hands around. But yeah, so good on Adam. I'm happy that he's doing that. But now I want a soundboard so I can do like the little software or the sound effects like the Microsoft, rebooting sound. I was just like, how do you do that? Did Sevvy do that? Oh my gosh.
You can just map that onto your Stream Deck, but you should definitely get a Stream Deck for that.
I'll find a time, but let's go back to the gladiators. Like I said, I've got some things I want to say because I can this frame. The original gladiator had live animals, not CGI rhinos or CGI tigers, real animals. And this is what annoys me is like, why can't we use real animals anymore in movies? Why do we have to always, why does Hollywood have to always fall back on CGI and, fall on the person who's overworked, overstressed to make this rendering happen?
Is it just me, or does that rhino look a little bit off here? Just in the
It does,
still?
yeah. It does.
What, just the lighting? I think the lighting.
The shadows.
It looks way too dark.
Yeah,
it looks way too dark
really...
despite being exposed to the sun somehow,
Yeah, that's what's kind of annoying me, but that's amongst my other complaints I have in my life, which is like Hawk to a girl, but that's another story.
Come on! Hold together, and when it charges, break for the wall.
Like, there was no reason why we had to see that.
Yeah. Yes.
It tells you what happened with the rhino. Like, they should have cut it right when the rhino's charging.
Yes, because you don't know if he's going to turn to the left or turn to the right and follow the person.
What's going to happen?
I just missed the times when trailers didn't give away literally everything and they were less than 2 minutes.
Yep.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much.
See that?
What?
That is so off.
Yeah.
Why was that even in there? Like
it's just Denzel.
I hope that's
too much.
I hate it. That
sounds so modern.
That would satisfy this fury.
The entire Roman armies.
Too much.
See, even in that tone.
Yeah, I think that's a B-roll take.
Straight up Denzel.
That's a B-roll take that they added for the trailer. Honestly,
I think he's phoned it in.
Yep, he was like, "I'm just here for the paycheck."
Yeah, Denzel doesn't care anymore. He's like, whatever.
Just pay me. Just that's and like if it was Joaquin Phoenix, like doing that, he can deliver that character because he's played this role before and he actually knows how to channel what he needs to do for that character. Versus Denzel is like, I'm Denzel Washington. Too much. Like there's no soul. There's no personality behind it.
Was because it takes you out of it. Going back to like, remember when we were watching like the little clips of Pride and Prejudice?
Yes.
They're speaking in a certain way because they're in a certain location and a certain time period. Imagine if one of them said something like us and be like, oh, that's so cool. All of a sudden, it would take you right out of it. It's weird.
Well, like immediately cursing.
I saw a lot of people that were trying to kind of counter this argument that were saying, you guys are upset about this, but you guys never said anything about the original Gladiator where everyone is speaking English in British accents. And it's like, okay, like we know we're aware of that, but this is on a different level. At least all of the accents were kind of uniform and you know that you're in somewhere foreign. So that gives you that feeling that, okay, I'm not watching something modern and I'm not watching something American. And if you notice, the only people whose accents changed were like the actor, what's his name? Demon Hansu? I think something, I'm butchering his name.
Hansu, yeah.
If you notice, he's from a totally different place from everyone who's there. His accent does change. That makes sense. But here, literally, everyone is just speaking in whatever accent they want to speak in, and it's taking everybody out. Like even Pedro, you guys know I'm a fan of his. He's going in and out of this weird like Italian accent or what he thinks is an Italian accent, and then he sounds American. And it's like, which one is it? Because it's taking me out. So it's not just Denzel, it's Pedro too. It's just everything around all of this just does not sound like they're in the same place. And it's taking me out immediately.
It's breaking immersion to a point where you totally check out of a movie because of tiny things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The general will do.
Rome must fall.
There you go. That's the
I need to only give it a push.
worst song choice they could have picked for that movie.
That part too where he laughs. That's just Denzel in every movie.
Yep.
Push.
We'll make it out alive.
Yeah.
All right.
Hands on the mausoleum floor.
No.
Ew.
I'll stand by what I said. Freaking
belong to Maximus. Now I give it to you. What is the trailer form? People are not free.
I was owned. Now I will control an empire.
I will not waste another generation of young men for their vanity.
They even do the thumbs down again? Okay.
Yeah, it
They're like,
was.
remember?
Yeah.
This our road creature heroes! Hands on the mausoleum floor.
Okay, trailer, you're showing me way too much. I'm also almost tempted to not watch it even more now.
I think I can wait until it comes down to a video on demand.
Yeah,
Really bad.
same.
And you know what's
same.
crazy is that there was actually a fan edit of this trailer. that
Really?
somebody put out, and it was a minute long. It used music from the previous soundtrack, and it actually made me want to watch the movie because, oh my gosh, how crazy that you need to set up a mood for your audience to actually want to go check out your movie.
That's the power
It's
of the
just,
trailer.
I don't
a
like.
good
I
trailer.
understand the choice that they made because this song, if you listen to the lyrics, they kind of go along with what's happening sometimes in a lot of these movies. But to put it in the trailer, like it doesn't make any sense. I could understand if it was like a fan edit and they decided to put this song over it and like, oh yeah, look at how like cool it is to have Kanye and the lyrics and they match and whatever. But this is an official trailer. You're supposed to want your audience to go see your movie, and I don't want to see this movie. Like, you guys messed it up with the trailer.
Music and trailers can make or break the interest of the audience wanting to watch the movie. That would be like putting Shakira music in a Lord of the Rings trailer. Like imagine if the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings came out and they would put Objection from Shakira in the trailer as a song. You would be immediately taken out of the movie because it's like it's not even fitting.
Pedro's hips don't lie.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't understand this choice, but oh my gosh. And if you actually go and you have that app that shows you the votes, the downvotes and the upvotes for the trailer, it's actually there's more downvotes than upvotes now. So people are not
I believe that.
And if you go through the comments, a lot of it is how everyone's speaking and the music. But of course, like I went onto Twitter today and that's what I was kind of doing instead of catching up with all the bite and stuff. But I saw a bunch of people that were already making excuses with the same old thing that we hear from everything when we don't like something. That everyone is downvoting it and they don't like this trailer because they're racist against Denzel.
That's BS. I mean,
of course.
I mean, I want to hear Dr. Rachel's opinion. Have you watched the first one, and how do you feel about this trailer when you see this in comparison?
It's been a long time since I've seen the first one, but I did really enjoy it. I felt something for the characters. I think the music, just like from what I remember, the music and dialogue just really helped you get into the characters, care about them and their journey. This one, I think, I don't want to be too harsh just because we are only seeing a trailer, but the trailer is really breaking it. Like I said with my comment, the music is way too modern. The like Lily pointed this out, obviously the dialogue and the tone is too modern. They have big name actors like Denzel, who's clearly just phoning it in from what we've seen in the trailer. Costumes look okay. The CGI on that rhino leaves something a little bit to be desired. I don't know how big this budget was.
310 million.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
310 million.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, then there's no excuse for that rhino after all. But like they gave away so much in that trailer, like, and even though they showed so much in those 3 minutes, I didn't give a damn about anybody. Anybody, any of those characters. So it really didn't do anything for me. But I do want to see the fan edit. I want to see if that's any better.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. Why did they put that Russell Crowe shot into the trailer?
Because remember,
why is that there? Well,
member berries. Lazy member berries.
Ideally, you don't want people to have false expectations of your upcoming movie, right? If that would have been like 20 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, maybe. Then that I would have been okay with that. But nowadays, I'm just like too burned out on over reliance of nostalgia just for the sake of it, especially in like just sequels that shouldn't even be a thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to add on to that, like when you add in things from a previous movie or previous show, like yes, people are going to make comparisons anyway, but when you put it directly in a trailer or directly in a show, people are going to make direct comparisons and be like, wow, the original is so much better than I thought, and in comparison, this is so much worse. It's like if they put in scenes from Lord of the Rings into Rings of Power. It's gonna make it look that much worse.
I wish they could. That would be
Yep.
They can't, but if they did, like you would just make those direct comparisons and be like, yeah, this is so much worse. So you're already going to come in, and since like Smu was saying, they did it right at the beginning of the trailer, and so you're going to make that comparison right away, and that's just going to follow you through the rest of it, and it's going to suck no matter what.
I don't know the backstory to this Gladiator sequel, but assuming that they showed us Maximus, I'm assuming the kid that plays the lead role is somehow related to Maximus.
We can watch this trailer, and then I'll explain to you guys what the plot sounds like it is in relation to Gladiator.
Okay.
Because I love Gladiator. That's actually one of my favorite movies.
But a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
I'm already loving this. Said it.
Yep, you trim it off fat. You know.
The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum.
And this proves my point that music makes or breaks a trailer.
There are victories yet still to come.
And the dialogue all matches.
Yep. She must feed them.
They can eat war.
The arena turns slaves into gladiators, the gladiators into free men.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start.
Did you now?
Rage. That rage is your gift.
Way better.
What I give you that would satisfy this fury.
The general will do.
This is not just cutting out the lash, but like with the remark. I really like this.
Belong to Maximus. Now I give it to you.
Where's tomorrow? This is our own treats and
Wow.
Wasn't that like
that's much better?
Doesn't that actually make you want to go watch this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I would go see it if they gave us that trailer. I would go see it.
And the thing is that the first trailer actually gives away the entire plot. This one doesn't tell you what it's about at all. So you don't know who this gladiator is. You don't know where he came from. And the first one, if you watch the beginning, it tells you who this character is and who he's supposed to be. So this is really super lame for me because it actually, they're doing again what they've done to every single male character. They mess up these male characters just to write a new story. So in the original one, if you guys remember how basically Maximus's entire motivation was that they murdered his wife and his son, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That was his motivation. So in this movie, they're trying to allude to you that the little boy, Lucius, which was in the first movie, this is him grown up. and that Maximus is actually his dad.
Mm.
So now Maximus is a cheater, and and now he's got like an illegitimate child. And what I don't understand about this either is that at the beginning of this trailer, the original one, they confused the audience because he says something like, "I remember that day. It was when a slave could be more powerful than the emperor of Rome," right? And then 2 seconds later, Denzel goes, "Where did you come from?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't know. I never knew a mother and a father." So, like, do you remember that day or do you not? Because you were with your mom.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
It makes no sense. So either he's supposed to be the grown-up version, like I've seen that, unless they put that out to kind of confuse everybody. And this guy is actually in no way related to anybody. And he was probably a spectator in the arena. So I hope that they go with that version instead, and that he's some kind of spectator that kind of saw this from a different point of view, and they're putting the scenes in with the little boy just to throw you off and be like, oh, he's the little boy from the original movie. That would be much better, and it would keep Maximus's character intact. But I don't trust modern Hollywood anymore. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. But I don't understand this character's motivation. Like I said, Maximus's motivation was his wife and his son. He wanted to get revenge. In this one, he says that he wants to go after Pedro, but I don't see anything that tells me why. He's a slave and he wants Pedro's head, but at the same time, he wants revenge over the entire Roman army. Why, though? I don't see any motivation. I don't understand why he's after this. And then I don't understand why Denzel's character came in and goes, no, you're going to be my instrument. I will help you with all of this. Okay, but like, why though?
It'd be much cool.
I don't get it. I don't get any of this. That's why I was like, I saw this a million times to like dissect this, because I was like, I don't understand what they're trying to do here.
Yeah. So far, it just looks like he could be just a spectator kid, or he could be Maximus's bastard son. But
yeah,
as like from both those trailers, it just seems like the motivation is Maximus did it and everyone loves him, so I'm gonna do it too. That's all
kind of
I've
like
got
a jealousy
in terms of
thing,
motivation.
right?
Yeah.
And then the only reason why I say that I think he's supposed to be the little boy is because of something that Tracy actually said in the comments. Because that footage that you're seeing of the little boy isn't the footage from the first movie. These are two different kids that they reshot for it. So now I don't know if they tried to make this kid look more like Paul Mescal so that you can make the connection. So I really don't understand what they're trying to do with the plot of this movie. I didn't get what the motivation is for this character, despite the fact that they gave us 3 minutes of the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Like there's no actual plot, but just action scenes. Like we know you're gonna love it because it has what you like: blood, fighting,
Don't you like
winning.
the plot we're throwing at you?
Yeah. And credit where credit's due, because those fight scenes look like they're going to be bomb. Like, I love the fact that the real Coliseum actually did have these water fights. Like, they would actually flood it and have these battles on water. So I, like, the history nerd in me is, like, super geeked out that we finally get to see something like that, because we didn't see it in the first one. And I'm excited for the battles, so credit where credit's due. That's gonna look cool. I'm pretty sure it's really difficult to mess up a fight scene unless you're the Acolyte. So I feel like that's probably something to enjoy. But the rest of the story, I don't know. But that you guys saw that fan edit with the fan edit, I really want to see that movie.
I mean, they should just release the fan edit trailer in movie theaters just to give people an appetizer of what they can expect instead of the actual trailer we got. Because, like I said, the music really takes you out of it, and especially how Denzel is delivering that line with the too little kind of thing. The tone of the whole trailer is just all over the place. What I will agree with you on, Lily, is the choreography and the action scenes, because Ridley Scott usually makes pretty good, well choreographed action scenes in his movies. So I'm actually quite confident about the battles scenes in the movie. What I'm not so convinced about is the actual human to human interaction in the movie. So it might be good, it might be bad. I don't know. We just have to wait and see, I guess, until like the actual reviews come out and word of mouth is spreading for the movie. Because I don't think, I'm not saying that this movie's going to do terrible, but I think a lot of people will see this trailer and they'll be like, yeah, I don't know if I should actually watch this now or not.
Yeah, I agree. Can you imagine when we start watching when we start watching this in theaters and like they start blasting that and you're like, what? What just happened?
Yeah.
But you know
I'll be
what?
honest, I
just
remember when the song came out.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
I mean, I like Kanye's music. No, that's one of my favorite songs actually, but it doesn't belong in the Gladiator trailer. But I saw this on Twitter too. I wish I had sent it to you, but somebody else made a really good point. Is that Ridley Scott is now hell bent on ruining his own career, because if you go back and watch the Napoleon trailer, he uses another modern song in that trailer. He's using Warpig. And
whoever edits this trailer needs to slap in the face.
And honestly. that is so it takes you out immediately. Like, I freaking love War Pigs. That's an excellent song. It just doesn't belong in a movie about freaking Napoleon. Like, what are you doing?
You know, it would be like making a House of Dragon trailer and then put like Lord's Royals in the trailer.
Yeah,
and show the dragons while the dragons are flying around.
It just doesn't match. And see, I can, like I said before, if you're making like a little fan edit to put up on Twitter, to put up on TikTok, and you're using like different kind of music to give like a vibe or whatever you're going for, fine. Yeah. That's one thing. You get it. You're like, okay, because that song, if you put it over, like you just said, Lord's song, and you put it over House of the Dragon, I'd be like, yeah, totally. That would be a cool little fan edit. But not the actual show. It takes you out of it. Like, oh my gosh.
See, this opens up another can of worms that I want to have a discussion with people. Is like movies that have a great soundtrack, but the movie itself is terrible. Like, if you look at the original Suicide Squad movie from like the early 2010s, for example, the soundtrack to that movie is actually not terrible. The movie itself isn't great. But there's some good songs in there. Hey, Dom, how's it going? And like I said, like Rachel said, if they would actually start like mumble rap music in that freaking movie, I would walk out and demand a freaking refund immediately. Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna watch that movie with that kind of crap being played in there.
And because to another point is that we know every single director's style, and I think that kind of matters, and it's very important. We know Ridley Scott's style, and it's very serious. He's done a lot of these movies. So why now is he changing it up? Because this was my example, is that one of my favorite directors is Baz Luhrmann. And if you've seen a Baz Luhrmann movie, he's very good about putting modern music into his movies. But that is the thing that Baz Luhrmann does. So if you're a fan of his, you can expect it. So I saw a lot of complaints from people when the Elvis movie came out that they used modern music in it. And I was like, well, yeah, I know that can kind of take you out of it, except that that's Baz's style. That's how he directs. So he tries to take modern music, kind of turns it into like that period music, and he puts it into his movie, and somehow it always works. He did that for The Great Gatsby. He did that for the Elvis movie. That's just his style. So you can understand that. So if he were to do something like that, that doesn't take you out of it because you're like, oh, haha, yeah, that's Baz. That's his directing style. But this is Ridley Scott, though. Like, why is he doing this with his trailers all of a sudden? This isn't his style. So that's what throws a lot of his fans off.
I mean, to go back to what you were saying with Baz Luhrmann, he also added this Fergie and Q-Tip song from A Little Party Never Killed Nobody to The Great Gatsby, and that was a modern song, and it still somehow fit into the movie. So there is a way you can incorporate modern music into something that's not exactly fitting the time frame without making it seem off, you know?
Yes. And then to even make the further connection, he actually used the same song in The Great Gatsby, A Church in the Wild. He used it in The Great Gatsby.
Yes, he did.
And somehow it worked. Nobody said, whoa, this is taking me out of the 1920s. Like, somehow it worked because that's Baz's style. You know that's what he does. But like Ridley Scott, that's not something that I would expect from him. So it completely throws me off when he does that.
Yeah, it's one way ruining your legacy with being a good director with having shoddy trailers made, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of want to be a hater a little bit, but historically, wouldn't Denzel's, if he was a character, if he was in that, wouldn't he been a slave?
I know, we're all.
Yeah. He would be.
How is he an emperor?
He's not an emperor. He's playing, I think he is a who is he playing in this movie? He's not playing the emperor. That's what a lot of people thought. Actually, Joseph Quinn's character is playing the emperor.
Yep.
Okay.
Denzel is playing like a merchant or something, I think. I'm not really too sure. Let me see.
So he's just like a well-known merchant, like, hey, like you have our favor because you've been getting us real good fighters, gladiators. So yeah, we will protect you from anything. But
I just did a quick search, and yeah, basically Paul Mescal is supposed to be the little boy from the first movie. So they
yeah.
Okay, now I'm really mad.
Like I said, I'm just going to wait until it comes out on VOD and then make my own judgment of the movie. But until then, I will not bother actually watching it in cinema and actually reward a better movie when it comes to that. I mean, maybe the marketing is not doing the movie any favors because it might actually be good. We had that in the past with marketing doing actually a pretty shoddy job of actually promoting the movie that it was supposed to be promoting, you know? So yeah. It's just sad that it has gotten that way, that you have good movies actually tanking because of crap marketing.
Yep. Oh, okay. It says that Denzel's character is an arms dealer who supplies food for the armies in Europe, supplies wine and oil, makes steel, makes spears, weapons, cannons, and catapults. So he's a very wealthy man. Instead of having a stable of racehorses, he has a stable of gladiators.
He would be an anomaly in that time period, though. Considering,
that probably wouldn't. That probably wouldn't have happened. But
yeah, but you know me, I was just like, kind of makes sense because wouldn't he like been whipped?
Yeah,
wouldn't he like not?
Yeah, I don't think he would be in that kind of position.
I honestly don't even think he would be in that place.
Nope, he wouldn't be. Just compare like the character of Jimon Honsu in the first one to the one Denzel is playing. He would probably be in a similar situation instead of being an arms dealer. But yeah, historical accuracy and all that stuff.
You know what? And you know what's really weird? I know like Bridgerton isn't supposed to be historically accurate, but that's why I don't watch that show because it throws me out that the characters are all different. Like it's a little too like weirdly modern. Like I don't know. They try to tell you that it's historically accurate, and then you're like, no, it's really not. Because there's another TV show that's kind of the same thing. That's it's called The Great, and it's supposed to be telling you the story of Catherine the Great. But they tell you at the beginning of every single episode that this is a very inaccurate telling of history. So the characters are from like different backgrounds that you wouldn't find in Europe at the time, but they make it work because it's a satire and you know that it's a parody of actual events and what happened. But like Bridgerton tries to pass itself off as like, oh no, this was actual history, guys. And like, no, I can't.
Yeah, I can overlook like who you're hiring, like actors and stuff. If you're trying to make something like maybe look like a certain time, but you know, you're not marketing it as historically accurate piece. That's fine as long as the actor does a good job. Like if they weren't marketing Gladiator 2 as a historically accurate piece and Denzel was actually doing a really good job with his character, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, fine. But he's clearly phoning in that performance based on that trailer. So I'm like, yeah, no, wrong choice.
Like in House of the Dragon. Remember how everybody was about the race swap? But now everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't see these characters as anyone else. Now whenever I'm reading the book, when I'm reading about Corliss, that's who I see because it makes sense to me and he's doing a really excellent job in the TV show. So you will never hear a complaint about them.
That's the common complaint that everybody has about the YouTubers we watch, though. Like everybody's saying, like, well, you didn't complain about Corliss when he was race swapped. So where's that energy for other things? It really does boil down to how you cast the person. If the actor is actually doing a well competent job, so you don't even think about this whole thing, it doesn't matter. Anybody could play that character. That's what it boils down to, essentially. And maybe a couple of years later, when we're not around, they might actually remake House of the Dragon. Who knows at this point? We never know. And we might actually see another actor playing Corliss, and maybe he's not necessarily the same guy that is actually portraying him right now. What I really like about this whole thing is you didn't even really think about it until it was actually brought up, because it wasn't necessarily described by people all the time how he was supposed to be looking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it's what it really boils down to is just get the right person for the right job, and he or she will deliver at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter who plays him.
Yeah, exactly. But like House of the Dragon, again, it's doing amazing things with everything. And then like even another thing too is that Leslie Headland, her nonsense that she has Amanda Stenberg, who I think still goes by like they, them or something, right? Like she doesn't go by she, her pronouns. You have Emma Darcy in House of the Dragon, who never comes out obnoxiously to tell you that. And people are just respectful. Like if you tell me that you have preferred pronouns, I'm not gonna like laugh or anything. I will be respectful. But if you start just kind of throwing it in my face that I'm being like insensitive and that I'm like attacking you or something, then that's a problem. But if you come up to me, you're like, you know what, this is how I identify. Okay, cool. I have no issue.
But she's not beating you over the head with it.
Yeah, she's not beating you over the head with that. And I think it's happened during interviews too, where somebody like kind of misgenders her, they, whatever.
Yeah.
And the cast members are actually the ones that kind of stick up for her, and they're like, oh, you know what, you're they, them, or just call her Emma. A lot of people just go by the name too. And
I'll be honest.
It's not an issue. Like you don't see any like nonsense or any drama or anything happening.
Yeah, it's a quick correction. Everyone's like, oops, sorry, and you move on. You don't promote the Emma as like, this is the first they, them in this show and whatnot. Exactly. It's like, no, it's like, hi, I'm Emma. I'm playing this character, and just address me as they, them, and interviews or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
At first, I was a bit confused by the casting choice, because if you see young Rhaenyra and then you see the jump to older Rhaenyra, the difference is very, very jarring when you first look at it, because they look so different. But it doesn't really matter, because she still does a pretty damn good job. Or Emma does a pretty good job, you know? And that's what it boils down to, really, right?
And if you kind of take a look at more pictures that people have put up of them like side by side, they actually did a really good job casting Emma in the role, actually. At first, I was the same way too. I was like, this is kind of weird. Like, I don't even think they actually look alike at all, until now people are releasing more pictures. And I'm like, oh, no, yeah, I can totally see it. But even then, like that.
Well, to go on what you're saying of like how you can see the money being produced in House of the Dragon versus the money being produced in the Acolyte, you can actually tell the money used for House of the Dragon was put into matching the characters versus the Acolyte. They're supposed twins, but they don't look alike. Where's the money? You were given a budget to do, character matching. Where is it? Because they don't look alike. Is it because they're the same color?
Here's a crazy idea. Here's a crazy idea. Cast actual twins.
Right. Oh my god, I don't understand.
No way, way too hard.
Was it really that difficult to find twins? Oh my gosh. That's so weird. The Wookiee is still in the field trying to find the missing money from this. And
So
okay,
weird,
credit
man.
where credit's due again. We finally saw a Wookiee fight. It wasn't the best thing ever. It was very clunky, but I will give it a little bit of an excuse because I'm pretty sure fighting in a Wookiee costume isn't the easiest thing ever, but that was pretty cool. I'll give them that as well because we've been kind of dying for it, even though I don't think that's how a Wookiee would fight.
At least he didn't float down from a tree.
I'm still waiting for the part where they like rip somebody's arms off. I was promised that by Han Solo, and I still haven't seen it. So still waiting for that.
So gruesome.
I know. Oh my gosh. But we have so many things to complain about. But I'm actually glad that we broke it down on all these topics that we talked about earlier today. Rodent men, talk to a girl, still don't understand why she's loved, but because she's a degenerate, fine, I'll give her that. But she's also pretty. She's pretty. She's pretty. I'm a playful hater.
Nomi is full of so much hate today.
I know, and I thought that I had a problem with her, but I just kind of like brushed it off. I was like, "Oh, this is stupid, whatever." But like, no,
she must be stopped. She must be stopped. She needs to be put in that dead meme closet already. Yeah. She must be stopped.
Well, then, Nomi, you just have to make some kind of viral video of your own and make sure it gets even bigger. Because that's the only way it goes away. Need another meme to replace it.
I know. I don't know. Probably I'll find a way how I can do that. But I'm okay with just being a playful hater for right now. But I want to thank everybody who has been in the chat today. Our amazing panelists. Adam, thank you so much for hanging out. I know he's doing his own show. Lily, do you have anything coming up?
Just hanging out with you guys every Thursday now. Yay! And streaming on Wednesdays for Midnight Dutch Espanol. So we're trying to do a little bit more over there with the channel as well, complaining about all these things, but in Spanish. Spanglish. So yeah, over there. And then just on X, whatever comes up or pops up or whatever, I'll update it over there. And yeah, so my my tweets have been going crazy.
Have you actually monetized your Twitter account yet, Lily?
I'm kind of actually pretty proud of it that a lot of my favorite YouTubers have used my tweets, and every single time I see it, I get very excited, and I'm like, oh, for like those brief 2 seconds that they retweeted it, they knew I existed. So that's cool. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter. I'll update everything over there.
Have you actually monetized your Twitter yet, Lily?
Yeah, the first week that the Acolyte came out, it monetized me.
Good.
Get that money. Get that hating money.
Yeah.
Dr. Rachel, what's your hate of choice?
That's a nice icebreaker.
Gosh. My hate of choice.
Yeah, because Nomi had Hawk to a Girl. I had the Acolyte. What are you hating on this week?
Unpopular, very unpopular opinion, but House of the Dragon season 2 episodes 2 and 3, I was not really a big fan. They just felt like a lot of filler to me, a lot of unnecessary scenes. That's why I'm looking forward to episode 4, because I hear it's fantastic. So I have high hopes. I still love the show in general, but just episodes 2 and 3 just didn't really do it for me. I'm not saying they're terrible. I still enjoyed them. I will rewatch them eventually when I go back through and just watch the full season all the way through. But it definitely felt like a downgrade from episode 1 to me. So that will be my hate for the week.
Channel that hate. Remember it well. You may want to use it someday.
Get in on the hate. But yeah, otherwise, just follow me on Twitter, Sauron_cosplay. I post everything that I'm doing, that I'm getting up to over on there. I'm still trying to work on my video of a dragon egg. Hopefully it'll be done before House of the Dragon season 2 is over. But yeah, it's just been tough trying to find time and good weather to actually go outside and paint these stupid eggs. But I did run a poll on Twitter the other day to see what color I'm going to paint it, and I got copper and gold.
I put green.
Has one.
Nice.
Green is nice. My first one I ever made was green.
Okay.
I think green got second place, so I do have a couple of eggs. I think I have enough scalers to make a second one, so second one will be green.
Ooh, exciting! I do watch your videos. It's like, oh, look at Rachel living her best life.
Yeah, it's me. I'm just over here quietly making some art.
Minding your own business.
Yep, she's not hating. She's just
Twiddle
creating.
my thumbs.
Yeah. Doctor, I can always do that. I have a bad habit of doing that. Smu, what do you got going on?
Dr. Smu,
we got two doctors here, so we got Dr.
Yeah.
Smu DJ.
Dr. Smu of DJs. Yeah. What I got coming up? I'm going to be playing some of the First Descendant with Steel Lake of History tomorrow, probably in the early afternoon for US time. Other than that, probably some Final Fantasy on Sunday. Tommy's not there, so that's probably going to be a short one. Yeah, other than that, just keep your eyes on Twitter or the community tab on my channel, Smu the DJ. That's where I usually post the announcements of what I'm going to do. And Wednesdays, we usually have the Hump Day Chinwag podcast, which I'm co-hosting at the moment and co-streaming with my man Tommy, Stasis Geek, Kadath, and Hanayama-san, and a few other people. And yeah, that's usually at 3 p.m. Central. Central, Eastern. And yeah, it's good. Going pretty well so far. We're on episode 12 as of next week, so I'm pretty excited for that one. We have no guests lined up yet, but we'll work our way through. And if you want to be on that panel sometime, just let us know and we'll figure something out. Yeah, other than that, just follow the ladies, subscribe to the channels. That's all I have to say.
Love to hear it. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Come back next week on Thursday for another episode of Dames and Dorks. And thank you again to our awesome chat and our awesome panel. And I hope y'all have a good night. Bye.
Well.
Take care.